a Psycho Squad Gaming Club role-playing episode. This features mature adults using mature language. If that bothers you, stop listening now. Enjoy our game and remember, alter reality on a regular basis. Greetings, gamers! This is Psycho Squad Gaming Club. I am MrMartin. I will be the game master today. We'll be playing some more of our Palladium Fantasy First Coin group. So let's get into it. We got our gamers all online today. We got Nick who's showed up. How you doing there, Nick?
I'm doing good. Zoljin wants to piss off another orc.
So, like you posted on the channel, somewhere out there's a really mad orc, you know? That's why Abdul-Ra has that special gem in his pocket. He's just like, oh, keep that sumbitch in here.
I like a little energy bunny in my pocket. Shit.
This guy
is spilling my shit.
This guy is pissed.
I'll use that anger.
Hell yeah. We got Brandon who's online playing our little priest dude. How's it going there, Brandon?
I'm here for the glory of Roga, ready to take some knees.
Oh dear goodness. That's what he needs. Sees his God once, and now he's all religious.
I'll hold him down.
Well, that won't take much. That won't take much. What are you wearing, a flip-flop? You know, like, just sit down, little guy.
I meant the enemy, but okay.
Oh,
in that case, yes, right on.
I was going to say, do you at least wash your feet before you step on poor Kayden?
No.
You're supposed to do that for the orcs. Then wash your feet for Kayden.
Oh.
Bless it, little kinsman. Bless it.
Oh.
Right back at you, big guy.
Oh. Kayden, physical endurance save, -8.
Tell us on my big toe. Get rid of it.
You mean do your cuticles.
Corn
I'm
on my
pretty sure that means I roll at a -8 flat.
and there's fungus on my pinky toe.
Why is it looking at me?
I need a greater miracle to clear that.
Okay, it's at -10
Get
now.
safe.
All right, and we got Catman who's also showed up today. How are you doing there, Catman?
Fun, and glory to be had.
Neat. So last time we beat up the orc stronghold. We got away with some angel intervention, and our priest boy hallucinated about his god.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thar, shut up.
Sharing the bowl too much.
Wait, I heard in other cultures that's how they got closer to their gods.
So we ended up leaving there, and we had a whole bunch of dwarves. We had Sir David that we rescued. We had the human slave and the female one. And then we had a female elf longbowman from the Eastern Empire. And we brought everyone back. They were all brought back to health because that, bowl that Kayden was smoking was really good when he did Puff Puff Pass. So
That was divine intervention, and you know it.
I give you my toes.
Divine Toe Jam. Ugh. Okay, let me go look up a troll god. I'm sure I can find one that will.
It says they do, but I think all the gods for trolls are evil. I'm kind of staying away from that.
Yeah, not really a specific god for trolls, but you just have to.
Right.
I wouldn't doubt it. All the weird gods are the southern gods. And there's a lot of weird southern gods. The hippopotamus god, the sea goddess. So,
Hippopotamus god. I gotta wonder what that's like on all you can eat on Friday's barbecue.
yeah.
That sounds like my kind of god. I like to eat.
She's actually unprincipled, and she's just got a huge head of a hippopotamus. She's like a sea god. So, yeah, there's all that. The spider god, and the snake god, the monkey god. Yeah, we got them all covered. Then you can just get weird and go to Yin Sloth, and you just go like, okay, ancient weird god. All right, cool.
Nice to know we have choices.
Yeah.
Heck, I listed in the book under the priests of light, or gods of light. Oh, look, it's a minor deity named Bast. She got second billing.
Yep. So, all right. So we're going to get back to Noskatic. So we've got just shit ton of storyline stuff and just maintenance we got to do to our characters. Everyone's levels went up and shit like that. So we already did that. And we're going to expand the group so we can have a little bit more PCs for the next adventure. We're going to need it. And we're going to see if we can't get them introduced today. So when we get to that point, we'll have you guys introduce your new characters. I would say for right now, let's just get through the housekeeping stuff of what's going on in Noskatic with, just coming back here.
Right.
So let's see here. Oh my gosh, I got a list of stuff we need to get through. All right. So we're going to easily go through. We're going to say that at the end of all of this stuff, it's going to be easily a month that we are going to be just hanging out and doing almost next to nothing in Noskatic. Okay? So just generally not adventuring, not doing anything. We're just hanging out doing our stuff for easily a month. And as far as where to stay, Thar obviously is going to stay at House Uberman Estate. LeeLuu, it's up to you. Do you want to pay for well, actually, hold on. They are going to provide us. Let me go back to my notes here. So, where to go? Okay. So each of us is going to get a gold reward of 2,000 gold. That was a reward for rescuing this guy. So
we can mark it down then?
Yep. Not on just, and we're just talking about the primary characters. That's why I wanted to do.
Right.
We'll introduce the other guys later.
No, really?
Yeah.
My pocket got heavy all of a sudden. What the
Yeah.
heck?
Yeah. So I just showed up and I'm like, hey guys, how you doing? Here's a bag of 2,000. Here's a bag of 2,000 gold.
I'm leaning sideways. I like this place.
This
This is a good place.
This way's more than me.
Assassin's like, exactly who am I supposed to blame it?
I don't know how the priest is going to spend dragging a large bag of gold back behind him down the streets.
Oh, he spent 5 gold for a wheelbarrow.
On
Right.
a red wagon.
Oh, yeah, that'd be easier, because he couldn't lift the wheelbarrow. It's like,
So each of us will get 2,000 gold. They will say that the house wizards and the dwarven smithies in the center marketplace, they're going to allow one item for each of us to be magically enchanted. So you can pick an enchantment. They will limit it to no more than, say, like probably 8 to 10,000 gold. So nothing, no $250,000 or 75,000. The limit will be like 10 grand for whatever you want to have a weapon become magical. And if you want a brand new weapon, that's fine. But if you'd rather have an existing weapon that is superior to get a magical ability, they can do that because it's just a superior weapon, hasn't been enchanted, shall we say. Okay?
it's ready to be, it just hasn't been.
Right.
LeeLuu's not sure how to take that. She has no desire to insult anyone, but she's gonna be quiet on that and just kind of nibble on her lip.
Right. And then you can choose to either stay at the House Uberman estate and become a household member, in which case we'll find a job for you, which is not a problem, but we'll find you a job and you can stay at the estate. Or there are small houses out in the southern area of the city, but it's like out there, kind of like near farmlands kind of stuff, that they can give you the deed to, and that you can have a small house in the southern part of the city. But all they're giving you is the house. You have to pay the taxes, you have to do the upkeep, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So,
That's not so bad.
get a house for free, but you still got to pay taxes on it, and you got to do all the upkeep yourself. So, meh. So think about that. What each of you would want to do. So, yeah. So Thar is going to be staying at the house, obviously. So, and I already did his magic item. I got it out of the way. Hamon, I haven't talked to Thomas about what he wants to do with Hamon. He's one of the outdoor guys, but he is going to also stay at the house. Make that decision for him. He ain't here, so he's our boy. So he's going to become part of... He likes to go out and go scouting and stuff. So for House Uberman, they're going to put him in... Probably with like militia and scouting for the house. It just makes sense because he's a big outdoorsy guy and, you know, long bowman. So if he's at the house, he can help defend it with, you know, being an archer, maybe even a trainer. I don't know. It's level 3, so he's getting up there. Let me add the gold for him too. Bang! There it is. We'll got a job for Hamon. All right. So LeeLuu.
Yeah, she's torn between one or the other. She likes the idea of having a house, but she also knows that she doesn't know anything about upkeep and so forth. Paying taxes and so on ain't so bad. It's just that upkeep. She may have to end up hiring people to work with it, which is one of those. Well, but if she's going to be an adventurer, she figures for the time being, stay and help the house as best she can.
Cool. Well,
it seems like okay, it'll work.
We'll find you a job here in a little bit. There may be events that alter that, but at least for now, immediately when we get to the house, you meet the Lord and Lady of House Uberman. Then you tell them, yeah, I'll stay here for right now. Let's see. And Kayden, what about you?
Yeah, that's a hard choice.
Yeah, ain't it though?
I think given the fact that Kayden is from a culture that is very much like tight-knit small community and then went to a church where it was still kind of like tight-knit small community, I think you stay with the House Superman.
Yeah, and it may change.
It
may change. It's just a thing that's being decided right now. You know, do I want to stay here or do I want to move? Also, the other thing with staying here, you know, of course, all the characters we don't have to travel out to see each other, so.
Yeah, not to mention, I feel like every house could use a healer.
Right.
You can learn more, too.
That's pretty much where they'll be like, you know, if you want to hang out at our house, we can call you the house healer, whatever you would like. But for right now, if you want to stay with us, you definitely can.
Yeah.
Not a problem. And Zoljin?
Yeah. Oh, what is he? He's the house siege machine. That's what he is.
Tough one.
Well, they're going to have a housing section in the back that is for large races, ogres and trolls. They don't have anyone that lives there. They're more like militia type houses, but they're like, if you want a place to stay, we definitely have a place for you. As far as a house goes, we'll have to talk about that. I forgot about the size of you. And they're like, we can give you this house that's way out there, but it's more like a shoebox for you. I mean...
Gotta worm your way in through the front door.
Right. Might as well just take the roof off.
Interesting thought.
I think he'll stay with the house.
Yeah, accommodations for you are usually kind of rough. So you're not gonna fit in the house that's outside. They kind of look at you and they're like, okay, so the house in the outskirts of the city, that's right out. Let's just blank that out. We don't have one for you. All right. Yeah,
we have looks up.
Right. Everyone here can have a house except you. All right, hold on.
I'll stick with House Hamon.
Dude, we don't even have a bridge big enough for you, okay? So, hold on.
I live under the bridge. Come on now.
That's what I was saying. So, we don't have
boss, can we get a crew together and stack two houses on top of each other?
We don't have a bridge that sits like 15 feet above the water. So, yeah.
Well, good idea then.
So, yeah, probably a good idea just for you to hang out here.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went through, and there's not a lot of information on Noscatting in itself in the books, so I get to apply a whole lot of GM interpretation to this. So I've somewhat created Noskattig. And just so map-wise, I put up in the chat a map. I think you guys have probably all seen it by now, but if not, in First Coin, there is a provincial capital map area, and we are Noskattig is City 2 on that Ophid's grassland colonies. We're actually for the Miagina province. We're the capital city for that area, and the ruling noble family in Noskattig is Miagina. So there you go. And then I went out and found just like a typical coastal city template, and I posted in there just so you guys can see, just have a little visual aid of what the city is like, how its layout and everything. And then some other basic information for this city. I was going through the city generator for what was it? I think it's in one of the books. I think it was which one was it? I think it was the Western Empires, or one of the books. I went through the city, just like a city generator. They had their own city generator, and I was just kind of like, oh, that's cool. So I just went through that. So in Noskattig, the shipping and trade guilds run this city, basically. So it is ran by trade commerce and the guilds. A governing council from the Western Empire assists with the bureaucracy and the courts, but mostly everyone knows that the guilds run this city. And all the guilds is either shipping or trade. That's what history-wise built this city up. So this city is still somewhat new. It's been around for 60 plus years, but as far as the Western Empire goes, that's a pretty new city. And this city is in the process of undergoing explosive, chaotic growth right now. It's pretty big, and trade and shipping is the primary driver for this city. So it is a busy city. It has a lot of people in it, has a pretty large set of docks, and they've got new construction going all the time. So this city is a madhouse of activity pretty much 24/7 right now.
That's strong back and strong arms is the place to find work.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's just lugging and carrying.
That's why they're undergoing such a large population right now, is because every handyman in the area is being hired out for large coins to build shit as fast as possible.
So speaking out of character per se, the ones we have coming in, they should be able to find, Joe average job easy. Like, you got a strong back and strong legs? Okay, you're hired.
Pretty much, yeah. The interview process for laborers is all like, have you got 2 feet and 2 arms at work? Can you carry shit or hammer shit? We're done. I don't know how to hammer. You're about to learn. Job skills.
OJT, motherfucker.
Yeah.
There you are.
And then, let's see. So, other things that I created in this city, just so you guys will have the information for it. And I can post all this into the chat once we're done talking about, so you guys can reference that. Probably should have done that before, but oh well. So we'll talk about it first, then I'll put it up in there. This place only has one wizard college that has officially sprouted up here, and that is the Citadel, the ley line, primarily for wizards. And we'll cover that with our troll guy here in a little bit, because some shit will come down with that. But I just want to get the basic city information out of the way for you. There are many different churches in here. First, one of the churches is a church to the red god Lopnul. It's a minor church / cult, because the red god's not bad, not good, more bad than good, but it's weird. But he is a god of the sea and traveling and stuff, so he does have a small following here. And it's located.
Here's your cup of Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and not surprisingly, the church is out in the dock areas.
Gee, what a coincidence!
So
Who would have thought?
yeah, so there is a church to the red god here. There is a temple to Algor, the sea god, and that's actually a good-sized temple. And I said that's probably one of the major religions out here is going to be to Algor, since he's all about, the sea and traveling and stuff. No ship gets christened without Algor's blessing, or them doing the blessing to Algor. So there you go. Temple at Algor is out here. The Sanctuary of Ruga is obviously out here, and that's it. That is actually another great big religion that's out here, the Pantheon of Ruga. Within the Sanctuary of Ruga, there is also separate temples within the sanctuary to Surga, to Pananth, and to Lista. So
I'd rather go to Lista than the cult.
yeah. So you basically got 4 gods inside of one temple, but Ruga is the overall umbrella. So, and they're all from the same pantheon. So even like Pananth, he's still allowed, even though he's like the god of thievery and secrecy and shit like that. But he's good-ish.
It's tolerated.
Yeah, right.
The other 3 might need the occasional, under-the-table job done.
Well, no, Surga is a very good god, and Lista is but it's Ruga's daughter, so part of the sea, and she's also part of the sea, so, yeah. So, anyways.
At least they don't have Kalba.
Okay, we'll get to that later.
No comment.
At least not, open.
Moving on.
Subtle, very subtle, Mrs. Esther House.
Yeah.
Very subtle.
If you guys haven't read Dragons and Gods, if you want to be more up on what's going on, check it out. It's a good book. Yeah, you guys, I think it would be a good read for you guys to skim through. So some of the religious stuff that goes on through here between the gods. No god is
Right in the head.
yeah. Every story is messed up, man. But I like it. I dig it. So let's see. So we got the Sanctuary of Ruga. There is also another separate church. It's not quite as big, but it is another church that has to deal with. I tried to go online and look up how to pronounce these names. So everyone's going to pronounce them differently. So don't get on my shit if I mispronounce a god's name or something like that. So I'm going to pronounce it phonetically as I see it. So the Church of Epim is out here. And within that, it also has a separate worshiping temples inside of it for Lochnar and Heim. So you got some of the other gods out here. Those are primarily like northern gods. So Ruga is not northern, southern, or anything. She is her own pantheon. So you have Pantheon of Ruga. And then you've got some northern gods, which is Epim and Lochnar and Heim are out here. Nothing that goes out to Odd, the Allfather. He's much too big for this place. So Epim said, I'm going to have a small church over there. We're good. You're going to need my help anyways, and also to keep those other gods in check in that city. So that's basically what it's going to turn into. Those are the religions that are around here. I haven't developed every house, so as we roleplay, if we get to other houses and stuff, I'll put them in here. But right now, the only 2 major houses that we have is House Uberman, who we're part of. The elders are Halfren and Lazy, and Lady Jasmine are the current rulers. It's a very large family with over 20 members that actively live in the house, along with servants, and they have slaves. It's just the way it is. Slavery's allowed out here, Western Empire. So typically for Western Empire, the only slaves are going to be like Goblin, Kobold, and Hobgoblin. Not too many Kobolds, but if they're the evil Kobolds, then absolutely. So, little ankle biters. So,
Lawyers and cheats.
yeah, and not too many. And you have to do something bad to be a human slave in the Western Empire. So if you're a human slave, then more than likely the courts said your ass is a slave and it's part of a punishment. Other than that, they don't just go out and go grab slaves. The Western Empire's not that way, but slavery is a punishment to the courts when it comes to the Western Empire.
The sentence from a crime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it could be not so much. Well, the churches will sentence someone to slavery if it's heinous enough, but usually that's within the church. So you're
Right.
like, you're gonna sweep floors and do all kinds of stuff
Be
on your
squire
hand.
for the rest of your life.
Yeah, something like that. So, but they only have 8 slaves, 4 goblin and 4 kobold that all live within the compound. This house has its original history was created in colonization and trade support. So House Uberman is really big into colonizing and the trades. So everything shipping wise, and they've got their fingers in all the guilds. They're a major house. They were one of the first houses for Ophid's grasslands when it was established 100 years or so ago, back in the Emperor Atomus times, which is a long time ago for history type stuff. So we just rescued the second elder brother, David, for the house. So that's why we're getting all this stuff, because the family is extremely happy that they got back one of their elder family members. And he's in like perfect health. Thank you, Kayden, for rolling a miracle. Good job.
Divine intervention.
Yeah. So that's why they're going out and just saying, you guys, thank you very much. We're going to try and get you guys covered as much as possible. And their house is a huge mansion on a very large plot of land, right just in the eastern part of the center of the city. They're located within the city area. They just have a very big walled off compound, and they have their own militia that they hire, the captain of the guard, and they have all that themselves. It's like a 25-room estate, and they have their own house wizard who lives on the estate. His name is Croyer. He's a male human wizard, and you guys will easily find out that he's also a senior member of the Citadel of the Leyline College as well. So, yeah, you'll definitely have talks with Zoljin, of course. And he's just like, I got a place for you until we get something built. But yeah, we can do this. And then we're going to talk about you joining the guild, because you want to join a guild. Oh, wait, you're already part of the guild. Thanks for joining the guild.
How much did you remember?
I was confused and looked on Zoljin's face, and then after that, and he just smiles.
Yeah, okay.
I get spells? Or what? Yeah.
Yeah. Does this sound kind of familiar? Kind of like, you're a registered psychic. Wait, no, you've always been a registered psychic. Thank you for being a registered psychic at the CS. You've always been here. Okay.
It's been telling you all of a sudden. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that slipped by, didn't it?
Yeah.
My name and my sleep.
Yeah, you're like, how'd you guys get my thumbprint and DNA sample? I'm
not gonna ask.
Right. Never mind. Of course, you do have a coalition girlfriend, so...
Yeah, my DNA was all up at...
Yeah, you've provided DNA samples probably unwillingly without your knowledge.
Oh, really?
A CS psychic has more than just their brain swab.
True.
And as soon as Thomas's schedule gets cleaned up, we'll play some burbs here hopefully soon. So that's why we're doing all the fantasy stuff, because he's unavailable right now. So I can't play Burbs really without, I need his input, at least for right now. I mean, there's certain things, but Burbs is just one of those games that we need everyone to show up for. So I reserve it for when everyone's available. Have some fun with that. But okay, so that's good with that. The other house is house, what is it, Miyagina?
Mangina?
Mangina?
What'd you say?
Whoa. Well, if you replace that you could say almost Mangina if you phonetically play with it. That'd be fucked
You're
up.
gonna have to spell it for me. That's all I hear.
It's right there. Okay, never mind. It's either Miyagina or Myagina or Magina. I don't know how you want to say it, but you know what? I am going to say it Miyagina.
My tie is spelled that way, so I mean, my Gina is...
Yeah. I'm just saying this because I caught crap by how I was saying broodkill. Apparently it's broadkill, but I was all like, but I played it back when it was broodkill, but you know what?
I've always thought it was brood, but whatever.
When I first played it...
When I hear broadkill, I'm thinking like some blonde out there in the middle. I mean, broad to me is different than brood.
I won't name who I gamed riffs with way back in the day at a convention. I'm not... Name dropping doesn't do a damn bit of good, but that person said broodkill, and that's where I got it from. And now all of a sudden, I get people on... all like, oh, you said it's not broodkill, it's broadkill. I was like, oh, you know what? Whatever.
Okay, grammar police.
I'm like, whatever, man. Whatever.
Oh no, you mispronounced the fake creature.
Yeah.
It's going to be so offended.
The grammar police will arrest you.
Here it comes. So, anyway, so I'm just coming up with... I'm sure someone will probably try and beat me up. It's not Miyagina, it's Manfungino Bing Mangenfringensen. So, you know what? I'm going to pronounce it the way.
Say it.
Yeah. There was one of the gods that I was just all like, that is a fucked up name. And I was actually trying to break it down phonetically online. And even online, it was all like, no, shut up. What the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how to say this damn name. It's like, no. I'm like, oh, well, okay. So, shit, I'll shut up. So yeah, it was one of the gods I was going through when I was setting all this up. And I was like, how the hell are you going to say this god's name?
Give him a nickname.
Yeah. You know what? That's why if I was a god, I'm not going to pick a name that is just hard for everyone to say. And it should be easy to spell because, frankly, in a fantasy setting, you're going to have dumb followers. And if you're going to have dumb followers, then make it to where it's easy to say your name and spell it. Bob. Even if you spell my name fucking backwards. Bob! So all hail Lord Bob.
The enemy can underestimate, like, who do you worship? I worship the mighty Bob. They start laughing. While they're laughing, beat on them.
And then when you're the only one standing at the end of the battle, you got your sword up on your shoulder, you're just looking at everything, says, bye Bob, I kicked all your asses. And the guys are still alive, bleeding to death. They're like, we like Bob. We're good. Bob's fine. All right. So I'll try and remember to post all that garbage on there. So House Miyagina is a old military house. They have ties that go directly to the Western Empire for strictly military and soldiers support and militia. So they are equally as powerful as House Uberman. Actually, they're probably a little bit more just because everyone pays them protection money. That's how
They got a lot more soldiers, too.
Yes. Yeah. Well, they have direct ties to the bureaucracy of the whole Western Empire, I wouldn't say regime, but government structure, the centralized structure of Western Empire. So they get a lot of support from direct government ties. Let's put it that way. They are the army.
Those political ties. Yep.
So, okay, all right, we got that out of the way. Let me go through some of these ideas and events that's going to be coming up. Lady Tanya from House Uberman is going to be arranged to marry Thar. He can't get out of it. That's just the way it is. He's just like, what? And she's like, yeah, you're about to be my husband, and my God, dude, you need to take a bath. No. I'm a knight. We're supposed to smell like this. Not so much. So,
get the chisel and the hammer, boys. We're getting the dirt off his back.
Yeah. Well, again, one of Thar's background roles when I made this guy up at first level was that he was.
He's a man of the earth.
Yes. Yeah. He is. He doesn't bathe. Does not like to bathe. You smell and are scraggly looking. There you go. So.
That's why his older likes him.
Yeah. He takes a bath and he goes out into the garden area of the keep and rolls around for a little bit. There.
Gotta get the spring planting done. There you are.
I rolled around in the bed of roses, so at least I smell good. Ow.
Little cookies, they toughen your skin. That's what it is. Yeah, and make you tougher.
Right. So that's going to happen. So we gotta go through that. Archie is going to be assigned as Thar's squire and protector. So he is now like part of the group. Right.
All right.
Yep.
We've got the young Saiyan on our side.
You know what? That's a good thing, I'm thinking.
Really?
Let's see here. We need to... Okay, we could do that. Do we want to do that now? We need to do that and that. We need to do that. We need to do that. Sorry, I'm just going through... I'm just trying to see what order events are going to happen. We have just got a lot of... While I'm going through this, also, you guys... I know that in chat and everything, and I think Catman, you were doing it, or either that or Brandon was doing it. I don't know. But we need to have a master inventory of all the crap that we got and distribute it somehow, some way. I know we had magic items, and we talked about divvying out some items and who was laying claim onto what stuff. I know Thar was interested in that pendant. He was like, more SDC is right up my alley. I could use that. But that was without going through everyone. I mean, how we want to divvy that stuff up.
I think I was doing that on this one just because my character couldn't carry anything.
But there was a lot of gold. I don't know if we divided that stuff up yet. I thought there was, I don't know, wasn't there like gems? And we got lots of superior items that we haven't really passed out yet. I know that LeeLuu picked up a sword, and that's where the whole goof up was for LeeLuu for having that sword. That's where that sword came from, but so we really don't worry about your broken sword anymore. You actually have a sword that was kind of better. So
yeah, spell it for parts or stop, spoons.
No, it's pretty much done. So
I will now that I know I actually have a better one. I'll erase the dwarven off the list. Just leave that little area open for something new. Who knows?
Yeah. So you guys can go through the stuff that I posted up that we looted and everything, and see if we can't get a master list of items and equipment would be nice. I guess that would be everything starting. What is that? I posted on 3/17/2024 a whole bunch of stuff, rings, anklets, all that stuff. That was the magic halberd. Okay, so that was all part of that
that demon winch,
right?
Because when I think we passed it up because that's where the troll got that flaming halberd was from her. That was one of her stuff.
Right, and then your superior sword came from that group as well. So.
Yep.
But see, there's necklaces, earrings. Oh no, did we sell all that to the alchemist?
We did sell some stuff to the alchemist.
We did. That's right. Okay. So it was basically stuff after the alchemist.
Yeah, speaking
So
of,
when we're-
I need to send that note to him.
Yes, that's a thing we need to cover. Yes.
Yeah, I know we divvied that up because on that listing there's 15 of those gems, a little 25 gold each. That's why LeeLuu's carrying several of those because they're just
Okay.
quick. They're quick, easy money.
So
As
the
far
only
as I know, I think we did divvy all that up and
okay,
boil it down to gold.
that's fine. So then the only stuff that hasn't been is anything posted from 6/9 of last year. There were 7 pouches of gold, 400 each.
Start to work that list.
Yeah, so you'd have to just go down from there. I believe. Let's just call it. You know what? I'm be done with. So everything down
already doing it.
past that. Okay. So from that 7
Already doing
pouches
it.
of gold, then I had a posting. Then there was stuff for maps. Go.
I'm following it down, sir.
Okay. And there was nothing else after that. So we didn't. I thought we had a bunch of
There we
stuff.
go. There's some more stuff.
Okay. Did we not put in chat all the stuff that we got from the last time we played, then?
We did.
I have stuff written down in my notebook for what Zoljin has.
Okay.
The bottles of hard spirits, drinking glasses, the maps.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff from 32325. There you go. There's a dwarven dagger, a dwarven longsword, 8100 gold, keys to the cells, all these, the ring, necklace, and then pouches of gold. Okay, and then after that, there's a battle axe, scimitar, another dagger, the amulet of body. There we go. So there's all that stuff that we need to divvy out as far as, I mean, we get to keep all that. So we need to have that cash divvied out to us so we have something to spend because we're going to be here for a month. So if you guys want to spend money for a month, ta-da, here's gold, here's gems, go for it. That and extra weapons. I mean, any sort of extra weapons, shit, we can just keep either at our domiciles, a house, on a horse, or something like that. I mean, Archie or Thar, they'll put their names in for that orc battle axe if no one's going to claim it. Shit, it's a superior weapon. Give me that big old black axe. That's what I beat the crap out of someone with this thing. A total of 3,600 in loose coin. Damn, we got paid. So there you guys go. All right. So in the meantime, while we're looking at that,
And as far as I know, I think we just simply agree that Thar was going to take the amulet of the body. He's one of the front men, just in his pocket.
I didn't put it on his character sheet yet. No,
Okay,
I did
I'll
not.
list it among the general.
Yeah, I did not because I didn't. No, we didn't really have a talk about it. Let's put it that way. In case it was someone else who wanted it, and then we could then figure out some method that we're going to do. So Zoljin, real quick. So the House Wizard Ocroyer is going to realize you're wizard, and he's just all like, "You, son, need to come to the Citadel of the Ley Line with me, so I can introduce you to everyone, get you keys and everything, because you're a member. Congratulations."
Sweet.
Yeah. And if you want to buy spells at guild rates, you most definitely can. Let me roll. Okay. So your introductory cost for getting in the guild and everything is pretty much wiped clean. You do need to work at the guild for a month before you can have the ability to purchase spells. You basically have to show that, you are going to be a guild member, you're going to be loyal, blah, 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 stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and so since you need to work there, they will actually have an accommodation for large casters or large races. Because the Citadel of the Ley Line, it's a very tall, it is the tallest structure in Noskattig. You can see it no matter where you are in Noskattig. You can go, that's the Wizard's Tower up there.
The main landmark.
Right. So just kind of think of it as this huge ass tower built hundreds of feet in the air. It's got a good amount of land around it that is walled off, that, wizards can practice their spells, sometimes out in the open, things like that. They will have underground, they will have dug out some areas for a troll. You know what? In fact, there'll be a guy there dressed in brown robes. It's all like, oh, so we're going to need accommodations for the troll, and your sponsor guy, the house wizard O'Croyer, is just like, yes, yeah, we're going to need something for him. And the guy in the brown robes goes, okay, do you, all of our initiates and everyone who is working here to become a guild member can stay on site free of charge. You're basically showing your value by working here at the Citadel for, at least a month, if not longer, but we'll get you a room that'll have all the necessary accommodations, but it will be underground. Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Okay, he's going to conjure up a earth elemental and give it instructions, and it's going to just go and disappear into the ground. Right. And about an hour later, he goes, your house is ready.
I love you.
This is how wizards do easy excavations.
Elemental slides by afterwards, hand you the key to the house. There you go, George.
Yeah, so obviously this guy that you're talking to is a senior member of the Citadel, is a Earth warlock. He has access to all the elementals, and he can command elemental forces and stuff. So he's just all like, I'll get an elemental to dig you out a big hole.
Nice.
So
That'll work.
yeah. So let's put down that you will be in the Wizard's Quarters of Sub-Level 2. Good enough? Okay. And so think of this as like, I am envisioning exactly just like a dwarven room in Skyrim. Everything's made of stone. They dug everything out, and you have benches and a bed area that is just a raised stone platform, basically. They're like, we got you some hay and a blanket for somewhat of a mattress, but there you go. You have the basics.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll try and move in some chairs and stuff, but basically there's going to be a whole section of wall that's basically cut out to act like a massive bookcase, except instead of wood platforms for your books and everything, it's all just made out of rock.
Okay.
So
Good solid bookcase.
oh, well, yeah. They'll bring in lanterns down here and stuff. There'll be a fireplace set up for you. So there you go, man.
I don't really need lanterns, but okay.
It helps,
For my desk, I guess.
Well, you
Tom
can't.
is also wondering. Sorry.
You can't read with dark vision. So I mean,
Oh, okay. Well,
it's the same thing of like other fantasy games with like dark elves. I mean, wizards, they can't read their runes with their dark vision. They still have to have light to read their books and scrolls and stuff, unfortunately. So you're just all like, well, I do need to read my books, and you got your own fuck ton of books, so you're just all like, we'll just put these up in here.
I'm just wondering if when you're doing that, one of the masters going to be like, where'd you get that at? I ain't seen that one.
So you are charged to keep your own place clean and stuff. They do not have services that you can pay someone to come in and clean. You haven't earned the prestige in the college to have that assigned to you just yet.
okay.
And if you want other furniture or whatnot, you can go out and buy it, have it delivered. They'll bring it to the gate, and then
Yeah.
the guards will.
I spend.
Yeah.
Spend a good amount for the month and get some furnishings or some bedding, cooking for whatever.
Sure, yeah, because they're just gonna give you the basics. It's all like, here is just one big ass stone room. So it's just, they don't even give you like separate chambers or anything. They're just all like, look, big square. You got a bed over there in that corner or whatnot, or, fireplace on that side right there. There you go.
I have to requisition some type of hole for the train.
Well, it's going to be, in fantasy settings, it's going to be basically chamber pots.
Yeah.
Even for trolls, it's a trough. But
yeah.
Ventilation could be an issue down here, maybe. They probably have holes.
You don't care.
Probably holes in the ceiling or whatnot that provide something of air every now and then. Since it's magic, I'm sure they have holes that, and then they have an air elemental go flying through the holes every now and then, get some air circulating. You're like, oh, must be air elemental delivery day. Okay, there he goes. So,
Right.
Hey, George. Hi, Frank. Yeah. So you don't have to stay at the house. You actually got a place where you can stretch. I mean, the ceiling's going to be like 18 feet. Door's going to be good size. The hallways are made for large races. You're not going to be the only large race here. You'll actually see. Will you see other rolls here? I'm gonna roll a percentage. Lower the better. Just a general percentage. 9. Okay, well, you are in the troll section. There's like 5 of you.
Yeah, we rarely take the wizard class. It's kind of unique.
That by itself sounds like that's kind of the kudos for the guild. Like, look what we got.
We have guys that when they run out of magical energy, they become their own siege implements.
It's probably because of the area, the reason why all 5 of you are here. So yeah, if you want to, you'll actually see the other casters, whatever, these troll guys just kind of walking around going like, another one, what's up? Guys do the head nod thing.
Yeah. We do a community cook pot every Friday.
Yeah, except for the guy with all the dead shit hanging off of him.
Well,
We don't let him cook. Apparently this college does not care what type of magic that you practice, because that's a troll necromancer right there who's all like, how you doing?
yeah, walk away from me. Nah, you don't care. I have skulls on my hair, so.
And let him cook breakfast once, and then tried to crawl out of the bowls to eat them. So it was a combat breakfast. They got tired of it quick.
As a homage to a very old character, his name is Trey, and he likes contracts. When you die, can I have your body?
Eat the fine print.
The double fine
No
print.
fine print on
That's
this.
it.
Did you check along the edges? That is not decorative trim.
You're the magnifying glass.
It's all right. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, so you come down there, you're just like thinking you're going to be the only troll. There's like several of them walking around. You're like, ah, damn, what happened? We have an explosion of trolls. The dice giveth.
Well, this is weird.
Yeah. So all right. So you're here, and they say to do the work for the guild is really simple. It's going to be mostly. There might be some cleaning and tidying up, but not of anyone's quarters or anything. Don't think of it like that. They'll explain it to you. Everyone keeps their own quarters except for those who can pay to have things cleaned.
Tidy up the library, move some furniture around the classrooms.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, it's going to be a lot of studying and probably scribing, copying texts, because that's huge.
Yeah.
Every time they get some sort of book, there's a lot of copies that have to be done. So if you're a troll, they're just all like, well, you've got languages that we can use. That you're literate in other languages, or do you just speak other languages?
I am literate in Dwarven and Elven. Can
Yep.
speak 4 other languages.
Cool. And not to mention, you've got all the histories. You got them laid out. Oh, actually, and you also have anthropology, the study, so that's going to help out as well. And then all your lores. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of work of just all like, here's your quills. They give you like 4 very large, probably came from a either a griffin or an ostrich, great big one or something like that. And here's your inkwell, and clunk. Damn.
Keg.
Bucket, ink.
It's like a pony
Big hands,
keg.
big pin.
Yeah, it's a pony keg of ink. You could swear it says Budweiser on the side, but
Beer for my horses, ink for my trolls.
so, and here you go, and you can go to the library, and they'll just give you books and go make scrolls of every page in this book. Bye.
Yeah.
Damn. All right then. So that's gonna be you pretty much. All right. So we pretty much have you. Oh, let's go ahead and cover that when you go up to the library area and they're showing you around, you will run into Arthur while you're there, the traveling alchemist guy.
Nice.
Yeah, so you'll be walking around and he's going to come walking up in, I think what form was he? I didn't write down what he was.
He was in the form of a goblin when I was talking to him.
Was it a goblin or was it a kobold?
No, it was a goblin.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he'll be dressed the same. He's going to be a goblin. And he just greets you. And he says, welcome to the Citadel of the Ley Line. This is a fantastic place. I like to come here a lot. I am also a member, which, the guy who's showing you around is all like, when he decides to pay his dues and goes square, and he's all like, I'm gonna pay. Gosh. Arthur,
One of those guys.
Yeah, Arthur, you still need. We let you in here because you're just one of those members that's just like, we really have to bug you to pay. Arthur doesn't like to part with his coin. He's one of those guys, like Brandon just said. I don't part with coin very well. That's a weakness of mine. So
You gotta spend coin to make coin.
yeah, but he doesn't like the whole spend thing. He's like, no, I don't spend coin too much. So
He's a dragon.
So you see him, and he'll say like, so I hear your adventure was quite the rousing success. Hence why
It was.
you're here.
Indeed, it was very successful. We pissed off a lot of orcs. Oh.
That's okay. They're mad just being born. So do you have something for me where we have to do some study together for a few hours?
That sounds like a great idea.
Ooh,
Yes.
that does sound like a great idea. All right. So, what did he promise you? A spell of your choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get him the name of the Paladin of Abdu-Ra, and he gives you a choice of one spell from first or second level.
Okay.
The guild, because you are a new guild member, will give you the choice of 2 spells from levels 1 through 4. So you get 3 spells. 1 of choice, levels 1 through 2, and 2 spells of choice, levels 1 through 4. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. And I believe that's going to take some time, because I think it was hours.
I think it's a week per level.
No,
Did you say
it wasn't.
you was
No.
digging it up?
I don't think it was like that. It was. We looked it up and it was something else, wasn't it?
Ah, okay.
You just can't. Yeah.
Was it hours per level?
That's how we were doing it at Ribs, but I mean, in fantasy's different than.
Yeah, okay. I knew I remembered something about how it wasn't anywhere near as long as we thought it was. I just didn't. I wasn't sure on Rifts it was the same thing carried over.
When Ratchet was learning spells, it was an hour per level of the spell, but fantasy's different. Then we'll work with that.
Learning spells. Yeah, the easiest spells are levels 1 through 4. You can buy those regularly here at the guild. Levels 5 through 7 are more expensive, but again, you have to be in very good standing with the guild and everything. You can't even buy levels 1 through 4 just yet. You need to do your term of service first. And circle magic is something completely different. Let's not get in. Let's not get into that. So, yeah, it's like an hour of study per level of the spell. That's what I'm seeing. I think that's what we're going to go with until it gets up there to like above level 10 and shit like that. Then it gets more time consuming from what I understand. Let's see, is there anything in... I'm also trying to look in the Mysteries of Magic book to see if there's...
Yeah, I'm looking now. Page
Oh, yeah.
55. 2 days per level of the spell.
Oh,
to
there it
actually learn
is.
How to cast
Page...
it.
Oh, wow. So this is going to be a while for you.
2 days. So at most for 4th level, 8 days. Not too bad.
Yeah, it's probably because you have to write it down, then remember it and everything, and learn how to do the...
Unless there's a psionic teacher here. Teachings can be reduced to 10 minutes per level of the spell.
Damn.
Well, okay. Insert memory psionic power. Telepathy can reduce it down to half. The teacher does that.
Okay. So whatever spell that you choose from Arthur, he says we can sit down and I can teach you the spell. So what would you like to learn? And whatever spell you tell him, he just says, okay, let's get into you learning this spell. In which case he will look at you, and then you're gonna hear and feel his presence in your mind, and he's going to shove a ton of symbols in your head for like 30 minutes. It'll just be like, blah! You're like, oh my God!
Okay.
So Arthur is going to transfer it psychically. He can.
Nice.
But your other 2 spells that you choose, that's the long way. That's part of your work for the guild.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll go through and shit and see what I want.
Yeah. Okay. So those 3 spells there. All right. Brandon, Catman, sorry it's taking so long for this, but
Oh, good.
yeah, it's all part of bookkeeping that goes along with that. So now that he's done with that, I actually got something for you two. So
I was figuring at the very least, our little goblin would have to go see his church and talk to people. Not to mention get the farm girls settled, at least for a while.
Goblin.
I was gonna say goblin.
Oh, sorry, Kobold. Sorry,
Damn.
my bad.
Damn. Oh, racial profiling.
Oh, rude.
Yeah,
I get it's a Germanic kobold, but still, like, gosh darn.
And goblins tuck under the shoulder better. I gotta remember that.
Yeah, a little bit bigger and a lot prettier.
There you are. That works for her.
Okay, so Zoljin, let me take that out or make that done. So we got that going. Okay. All right, so Kayden and LeeLuu, you guys are going to go to the Church of Ruga then. I assume together, right?
Yes.
Okay. So actually there's one more person that's going with you. Is the human slave girl.
Yep.
She's the elf took off, but when we got to town, she tried to look up her family and they just don't exist anymore. So she's got nowhere to go. So she's basically just saying, I got saved by Ruga, so she wants to go with you, Kayden, to go to the church.
Okay. You will happily do so as well.
And LeeLuu will play his bodyguard.
All right, so you guys get to the sanctuary of Ruga. You guys will meet with a head priest there, and you guys come walking in. Well, first, you get greeted by whatever first guards and stuff, and they're just all, and you prove who you are, Kayden. You're just all like, I am a priest of Ruga, yada yada yada. Go through whatever whatever proof that you supply that you are. You meet with a older human guy who is dressed in the vestments of a head priest for Ruga's pantheon, and he'll come over. He'll happily shake your hand, and he's like, so we need to let's go talk about what you want. So you guys will go off into a little antechamber for the thing, and I guess you pretty much tell him what's going on. So he's like, what can I help you with, my my child, my devoted follower.
Well, for starters, I brought some new folks who would like to learn more.
Okay, so he'll turn to the slave girl, and she will give a simple name, whatever that is, Betty. So
Yeah, that works.
I don't. She says, I don't have a family. I got rescued. You know, she tells her story, and he's going to. Oh, actually, so he will actually cast some evocations, which might seem strange to you, Kayden. You're like, hey, he knows spells. And he'll do he does like a prayer and evocation attached to it to basically determine if she is telling the truth on a series of questions that he asks, and she passes with flying colors. And he says Kayden will be sponsor. It'll be written down in the ledger as such, but you'll start out as a acolyte, and you can work your way up through honesty, truth, and labor to the goddess. And yeah, they'll get her vestments. There will be others that will come in, bring in robes, and then say, and off you go. On her way.
LeeLuu, waiting to be very polite, will ask, does the young one need any funds to start with? Since she is basically starting anew.
Nope. She's going to be taken care of by the church.
She didn't know, but she was more than willing to give her some extra of what she's got so that she could have something to work with.
Yeah.
She had no problem with it at all.
She don't need it. So
That's why she was asking. She doesn't know how the church works.
So Betty will give Kayden a hug and a little light kiss on his cheek, and states that she hopes that she sees you again sometime, and then so she's escorted out to go start her new life.
May the truth find the answers that you're always searching for. Always look for the black walnut trees for solace.
Oh yeah. So then it'll just be LeeLuu and you, and then he says, so who is the Wolfen soldier?
Tail wag. Smile.
This is my comrade in arms, LeeLuu.
Picks him up, squeezes him hard.
This is LeeLuu!
Crick, pop. Puts it back down.
She's we said that you learn the ways of honesty. Show me down, please.
Still needs to learn social skills.
Did I mention she was doing weightlifting most of the month?
Right. Okay, so he's going to do you're going to see him do kind of like the same rites where he's going to say some funny words and the air kind of shimmers around him, and he's going to put his hand on, actually he's going to put his hand on top of both of your hands that he asks you to put on a table, and cross your hands, and he's going to cast an invocation and mutter a prayer. He's going to ask you a series of questions that, with your alignment, unless you have anything that you particularly lie about, which, you don't have a reason to do that, I assume.
Well, she's scrupulous, and she sees no reason to lie whatsoever. She has faith in him. She trusts him. He is in her own words, through the blessings of his goddess, he has helped her in battle repeatedly. He's healed her wounds, and she'll give her life for him. He's a valued comrade.
Yeah, and
she cares for him quite a lot.
You don't like technology or magic. You're, like you said, very clean. You like to stay well groomed and everything. It's obvious you're going here without armor, weapons. You're not coming.
Most certainly. Certainly. It's being fixed.
I'm here to beat someone's ass. I want to join the church. Jesus. Well, you'd be at the right one to do that, though.
Yeah, no, like Kayden's carrying his pretty hammer.
He has to, right?
Yeah, no.
She's got fur, regular clothing, and her muscles.
Yeah. And she's, according to your disposition, you're happy all the time. Nothing negative can affect me. Okay.
Yeah.
Life is good without bad feelings. Yeah, okay. All right. So he's just all like, doesn't it? He's all like, your nature is pure. You are a good aligned person. I sense no deception, and what your convictions of character to Kayden is rather nice. He'll ring a little bell, and another priest will walk in, and he'll say, "LeeLuu, this is Brother McBag," and don't laugh at don't laugh at my names that I'm coming up with right now. So
Oh, she knows a McPherson.
yeah, there you go. So please go with him, and he will go over some of the beginning tenets. I have a feeling that your training as a Templar could be in order.
Kind of looks at
He's
it with
very happy.
ear twitch like, what's with the Templar?
A warrior of the church. A guardian.
Ears perk. Oh, I like that.
Yeah! Ooh!
I can do that.
Ruga is a warrior. Ruga is a warrior goddess.
That reminds me. Devotion to showing that you wish to purge the land of evil, nasty critters should also come with the nature that you have something to show for it, that you've done it, and it is not just false bravado. Yes.
Yeah.
She will pull from one of the side pouches a string that she has with her as a quote trophy. Very bottom, the centaur demon teeth and horns. She has 15 teeth and four of those sharp horns.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad you kept that. That's neat. He's all like, he recognizes it, makes his appropriate lore, goes like, ooh, all right.
And she does state that when the beast was destroyed, as she pets her small goblin friend, her Ruga's blessings were upon me, and they guided my hand. It died, as it should.
Why goblin?
She was granted Ekenstal's protection.
And she happily killed it in Ruga's name.
That'll help out. So, again, just go with...
He goes with him happily.
Yeah, go with him, and he's just all like, "Come with me. We're gonna go to the martial prowess room. You can show off your skills, and we'll talk about life with joining the sect of Ruga."
Hey, like I said, she goes happily with him.
Okay, so he leaves, and it's just the two of you there, Kayden.
Cade's really happy, like he is nodding and all smiles.
How did you catch her again?
So he'll look at you and nod, make a statement of, "You have the mark. You've seen her. She's been in touch with you."
I have. I've never been so happy, I think.
"There's a calling. Come with me." He'll get up and walk out of the door, where it's pretty busy, make a left-hand turn and walk down, go up to another set of doors that's got a pair of humans in full plate mail, Ruga's regalia all over their plate mail, and they're obviously standing guard to a door. When they see him coming, one of them reaches over, opens up the door for him as the two of you go walking through. Both of them will nod at you, and their armor's done exquisite, polished steel, silver, brass, with all the, again, regalia of Ruga all over them. Their armor looks fancy as hell. These
them stronger than the black walnut tree.
These guys are proper Templars of the church. They're just all like, we beat the crap out of anything that needs to have the crap beat out of it. So he's going to bring you into a chamber that is domed. It's got a high cathedral-like dome to it, done up in all really, any of the wood that's in here is obviously of a black walnut type. It's going to have a brown marble pattern on the floor with a black walnut inlay that spreads out like a tree root. And in the center is going to be a tree that is just humongous, but inset in the tree is a full statue to Ruga. This room is set up as a shrine of worship. A high shrine.
Naturally, Kayden's going to go to one knee, hammer, like hand on the haft, head on the ground, like just kneeling before the Ruga statue.
Yep. So the priest does his same thing, and then there's holy water off on the side. So he's gonna splash holy water on you. He'll grab a rag, immerse the rag in the holy water, hold it over your head, and he's saying a prayer to Ruga, and he squeezes it and just dumps a whole bunch of water all over you. You know this is just like a rite. So a rite of cleanliness and being truthful to her. You have to be clean, you have to be truthful to be able to go to her feet. So it's obvious that's where you're going.
Yes. Yeah, Kayden would take off his big hat and sunglasses.
Oh.
He's still squinting because it's bright as hell to him in here, but still.
So he's going to lead you over to the raised dais areas where you can kneel and pray. And he's just behind you. He gets to a point where he's walking with you, and then he slows down, and you may like hesitate, look at him like, where do I go? And he just kind of like puts his hand on your back like, it's your turn. You're going first now. So then he gets right behind you, has his hands on your shoulders, whispers in your ear, "You're my little puppy dog now." No, wait, no, that's it.
What?
That's what it's called, a secret rite.
I don't wish to be used as a sheep.
Has his hands on your shoulders, forces you to your knees, and then he backs off and he just says, "Pray."
And he prays.
Okay. And you close your eyes and you pray, and just suddenly out of nowhere, the atmosphere, you can just smell it, changes. You hear birds. You feel like breeze. It smells like fresh walnut trees all around. What do you do?
I think he's going to stay there for a moment, just still kneel down, hands clasped over his hammer, reciting a rite before looking up.
You can also tell, you'll be able to tell that you're on grass and leaves now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so after he finishes rite, he's going to open his eyes and look up.
So when you look up, you will notice you're in a very pristine forest land. No longer in Palladium. In fact, from your study, from books, from images, from pictures, and all of that, you are going to realize that you are in Mahididab, which is Ruga's home pantheon, her home plane.
I think with that, he'll stand.
There are giant walnut trees in front of you, hundreds all around. And you'll hear this thud like a giant walking. And in between two trees materializes a titanic vision in the flesh of Ruga herself. It walks into view, her mighty two-handed sword clutched in both of her hands at her breastplate, and she's looking down on you and smiling.
Instead of dropping to a knee in this instance, I think he'd take more of a soldier stance.
Don't pass out.
Immediately step, like, going to attention, hammer across his chest, and head nodded down.
Her voice does not, when she talks to you, her voice doesn't emanate from her. It echoes all around, like 360 degrees. It's coming from everywhere. And you can feel the power that comes out of her words. Just the raw deity power that emanates from her. And she states, "My newest follower, you have proven yourself in battle, in truth, and in my service. You've brought me new worshippers to my teats. Although your stature keeps you from being the warrior, you can be my word, you can be my healer. Keep your heart true to my devotion." And then the leaves will fall all around you, making you squint and close your eyes with the wind, and it all goes away. And you're right back in the in the temple.
I think as the vision goes away, he will just declare with every waking breath, those who live by deceit shall know your might. Even if I am not the one to wield the blade that does it, I will keep those soldiers in fighting strength.
All right, so you are back in the temple. You can feel the head priest guy is right behind you. His breathing seems labored. And he's just behind you going like, just heavily labored. Mostly out of surprise, if you were to guess.
Yeah. Kayden's breathing pretty hard because it's just like, I saw her. She spoke.
He's gonna nod and say, you saw what you needed to see. Our goddess has given upon you a great gift. Our goddess is not known for healing. Our goddess is known for battle. You have apparently proved yourself.
The texts say, all who are willing to pledge are welcome in her black army. To this I hold true, for a soldier may be knocked down in battle, but I will be there to pick them up.
And he says,
Yep.
he states, hold out your hands, young healer. Gaze upon thy own.
And he will outstretch his arms and look
Okay.
down at his hands.
All right, so you outstretch your arms and palms up. You'll see emanating from your hands, and it looks like magic circular runes that form the shape of a walnut with Ruga's power words inscribed on it sink into your flesh. Doesn't feel like any pain. You don't feel anything. You just feel this energy going into your hands. And you know that your healing touch now does 2d6 plus your level. Mark it on your sheet.
Marked.
Okay.
It's still once every 2 rounds.
The duration has not changed. It's the potency of it has increased.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So he's just this guy's all like a rare gift indeed, young one. But of course you are welcome here. You may have a room here. You understand that you're from House Uberman, so you can stay there. You have free reign to go in and out of the sanctuary as you need. If you do not need to require a room, we will show you to a priest's study at any time that you need it here. The full offerings of the sanctuary is open to you, and your service is open as well. Your healing can definitely be at use, especially during God's Day. Those outside of the sanctuary that come on God's Day for healing and devotion and rites, you can perform freely. Yeah, we know what you're going to be doing on Sundays now, don't we?
He's still just like awestruck and enamored the whole situation. Looking at his hands.
Okay.
And then, clasp a fist, strikes it across his chest. It would be an honor to go further.
So, cool. Hey, so LeeLuu, you're taking off to go see a whole bunch of people fight. You'll get into some scraps where you're practicing with your swords and everything.
Not the loaner sword, because she brought no armor, no weapons. Just clothing in her own body.
That's fine. So, what they are going to give you is, put it on your character sheet, that you will have a short white cloak that goes over your armor that has the insignia or sigil of Ruga, the black walnut. It's going to be a tree with a walnut, I believe. Is that how it's described? Something to that effect. Right?
Yes. Yeah, I've got that book open.
I got it open. I'm looking. I just had so much.
Yeah, I was looking at the Penat stuff.
Got it listed, sir?
Hold on. Okay, so it's going to be a leaf of a black walnut, but has a sword piercing it.
Okay.
Okay? And so they'll say at any time that you are out and about, you will be wearing this cape over your armor or whatnot. They basically don't believe in stealth. There'll be none of that. No stealth. There's going to be protection, and those of the truth. So your job is going to be, as a Templar initiate, your first assignment to prove your worth is going to be the protection of Ruga's healer, also known as Kayden. You're basically assigned to him to protect him.
He's on one knee, nodding and smiling, and simply looks up at the individual, saying that she will lay down her life for him without hesitation, if need be.
And of course, the tenets of the church is all about truth and righteousness.
Be come what may, be it black, be it unholy, be it demonic, does not care. None shall cross her path that shall harm the innocent, and not those to whom she has given the charge of protection. She's quite pleased. To her, this is an extraordinary honor. She doesn't know that her family has ever been touched by anything of this nature. She never thought to ask. She didn't know anything. Not till now. So her world is open just a little bit wider now.
So the clasp, this fancy clasp for your cape, they will teach you a word, and when you say that word while wearing your cape, it will give you the ability to have superhuman strength 3 times per day.
God.
And that will last for 5 minutes. Yeah, go look up the spell and take notes on the spell, so that way we don't have to look it up every single time that you cast it. Take notes and have it available, basically.
It's a strength of a superhuman strength of 30 with a physical endurance of 25.
There you go.
Both considered superhuman while it lasts.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's a level 5 spell.
One of my favorites, too, personally.
Oh, it's not going to be 5 minutes. It will be 6 minutes. Because it's 2 minutes per. It's 2 minutes per level of. This one was created from a 3rd level, so it's 6-minute duration. Sorry about that, but you don't have to spend PPE for this. You just have to say the activating word, and it automatically renews itself. But it has a limitation of 3 times per day.
There it is.
So you'll get a huge damage bonus, a lift bonus, and you get 30 SDC. Woohoo!
Yep, for the duration of the magic.
So for a PS of 30, or you can also look it up in the book, but I'm trying to find my charts. There we go. So for PS of 30, you're getting a bonus of plus 15 in damage with hand-to-hand. So you get plus 15 damage in hand-to-hand, and of course with the lift requirements, stuff like that. So, and this is just superhuman strength, so everything is SDC. This is not supernatural strength where, now you're, throwing around cars at people. So this is
Oh, that'd be fun.
yeah, it's superhuman strength. Little bit of a difference, but that's all right. Plus 15 to damage. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah. 50 damage, basically. Let's see.
And you get a physical endurance of 24, so your saving throws against poison and magic skyrocket. Coma Death goes up insanely high. So, yeah, you get some bonuses during that. Especially since your physical endurance is only an 11.
Yeah, she loves that. She'll feel better than she's ever felt before when that first happens.
All movements performed during this period are done without fatigue. Ooh, you can run forever while this thing is up, too.
For the next 6 minutes, she doesn't tire. Not fighting, not running, not anything.
Yep.
Afterwards, another matter entirely.
Yeah. Ta-da. This is yours. Have a good one.
She's going to protect that with her heart and life.
Just remember, you have to wear it at all times.
I'll have to take it off her dead body.
This shows your devotion as a Templar, and they basically kind of drill into you. If you want to be a Templar, you have to be proud of what you do and who you do it for. Everything is in Ruga's name. So the Templars of the Templars of Ruga are all about proving themselves in battle. So you've just become a Warhammer battle sister for Ruga.
With it?
Where's my chainsword? I wouldn't want to see. What kind of magic would a chainsword be in Palladium?
Ooh, like juicer chainsaw. Yuck.
I think a chainsaw is worse. Chainsword is one-handed.
It's so fascinating.
Warhammer Space Marines have supernatural strength and riffs, so screw you.
No, well,
All right, so Kayden, you
Real
will...
doesn't even begin to cover it for her.
So Kayden, you will be told at a point by the head priest, what's going on with her devotion. She passed the test. She is a Templar initiate, and her first assignment to prove her initiation is you.
He's gonna kind of pause.
What? Wherever you go, she goes. Whatever you do, she's doing it with you.
I'm honored.
As long as you don't give her commands that's, out of the station of being a Templar, don't ask her to do sexual favors or,
All he's got to do is survive him, if he does.
You're...
Ow!
I don't think I know any miracles to fix a shattered pelvis.
Oh, Nick didn't say anything, but what he did on camera was awesome. Oh no, that was nice, Nick. That was very nice. That's all you, Bubba.
Monte didn't hesitate on that one. I was like, well.
Yeah, he didn't test the pool for how cold that water is. Just jumped right in that sumbitch, didn't he?
Never do that. Only if he survives.
It's one of those, get back to bed, you get back to the church later, report what we did, and he taught you what do you call it? Oh, he said it was a new ceremony. It was called Snoo Snoo.
Oh, no.
I think she's to be the one that teaches that.
Okay, then.
Does that healing touch work on yourself?
It doesn't.
Uh-oh. Ruga might be up there going like, I may have to alter that just a little bit. She's going to break that little guy.
It's like, oh, she keeps yelling my name and doing it a lot. But he said this is what you're supposed to do. Who? Him?
Oh.
No, the guy, the Templar of the church. He said must do everything in her name.
Poor Kayden. Now I feel sorry for the little guys. All right, so that's a thing. So the two of you have got full access to the sanctuary, of course. So Kayden, it's really up to you about how you want to serve with House Moomin. You need to have a talk with them, because they're all like, dude, you're like a major healer. You have a Templar. We'd like to keep you here at the house. That's some cool bean shit right there. What can we do to ask if you'll stay? Other than Thar going, my little buddy will stay. Grab. He's good.
Puts him in front of him. She stands right behind Thar.
Yeah. See?
I think...
Mandatorily voluntold.
Good point.
I think for Kayden's sake, he'd probably request like a small shrine to Ruga and a place where he can plant a black walnut tree,
Not a problem.
and then maybe a donation to the church.
They already do all three of that. They have it there. There are worshippers at their estate that are part of Ruga's pantheon. Yes. They're like, oh, you want up there? Here you go. Just right outside. Here's our grove of walnut trees. There's a altar to Ruga. We have militia and defenders and stuff like that worship her. So it's all right there. You're good. If you're happy, we're happy.
Aiden's happy with that. He's happy to be with his comrades in arms and close to them, as well as able to help out with others.
Even if one of them is standing behind you and he's like kicking rocks and walnuts and kind of scoffing and going like, whatever. Yeah.
Eat these things. Walnut, crunchy balls. Taste nasty.
Cracks one open, eats it. You're like, really, dude? Really? Really?
I think Aiden be upset if he ate like the black walnut, because like it's a source of strength.
Yep.
You know.
Thar's doing it just to be an asshole, though. I mean, he's just all like, whatever, dude.
Oh, wrong one.
I mean, Thar, religion. Come on, man. He's just like,
Yeah.
whatever, dude.
He'll get religion fast after that ring is put on his finger.
We don't talk about that. All right. So let's get this. We need to get this magic item boon thing out of the way. Would be nice. I already took care of Thar. Have you guys think about anything that has come up that you looked at in the book? Has anyone looked at what they can request? It's kind of up to you guys.
I can think of only one thing that she might request, but she'd word it differently. It depends on how the person would interpret it. She'd be asking, is there some way to make her blade stronger so it won't break? She doesn't know what it entails. In character, I know it's way beyond the price range.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking they might bump it down to just give her an extra dice of damage. Because I know that indestructible and ever sharp both are way too much.
Yeah.
She'd try to leave it in someone's hands who would know better. She wouldn't know. That's what she would request. She hopes it just simply is not blatantly obvious.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they're the dwarven alchemists who are doing this work. Well, one of them is a dwarven alchemist in the city, and he's a full alchemist. He's got a host of dwarven blacksmiths and weaponsmiths that work with him, and actually a good number of them he just got because some of the dwarves that you guys rescued are going to stay here just because they got rescued here for whatever reason. They'll stay here, so that they will.
Well, if the town's exploding on building and so forth, their skills are going to be in demand.
Yeah, but the alchemist is going to be like, yeah, indestructible's not happening. I mean, I can't lose that much, and you're not paying me enough. And they said no, and the people who are doing the boon said no. So, I mean,
it will surprise her because she doesn't know. She doesn't know that's what it entails. She'll stumble around words.
Yeah.
Simply put.
Okay. So,
How much did they say we can go up to?
I thought it was up to 10K.
yeah, nothing like really over 10K. But.
Yeah, man. And by the book, an extra dice of damage is 8K.
Yeah, I see them. There's only like 5. It's just weapons?
Yeah, super sharpness is 40K, but that's out of Western Empire. Yeah, super sharpness. That gives you +4 damage, but it lowers the crit by 2 points on that weapon.
Oh, I never heard of that one till now.
Yeah, it's out of the Western Empire book.
Damn.
Super sharpness is pretty badass.
Oh shoot! I hadn't even looked at the Western Empire book.
Yeah, there's stuff.
It was there.
There's stuff specific to the Western Empire.
Wow, squeaky.
But what he's willing to do, he's all like, what we can do is, since you're a Templar type person, how about we pick one of your weapons and we'll give that weapon Demon Bane to where it does a lot of extra damage against demons and devils.
He will pull out her remaining longsword, which is that superior longsword, the Kobold one.
Okay.
He knows enough from what she was told that killing demons is a good thing. That sounds like that would be extremely enjoyable.
All right. How about, since you liked that one bastard sword so much...
Yeah, the Kobold was superior. As I have found out, it gets that extra bonus to strike, which the Dwarven did not have.
Yeah, it just had +3 damage.
The damage. Yep. Didn't realize the extra property was there until you looked it up, and realized that's better. Same damage, better chance to hit.
I was just saying, I'll just get you another sword. Superior. Go. Magic. Okay, there we go. So it'd be the same as there, but now it's going to it'll have Demon Bane, where it gives you +3d6 damage against demons. Demons and devils, it's just saying. We'll just say Demon Bane, but it works towards that. So, alright. So to replace that, we're just going to get you another bastard sword. It's going to be the same Dwarven +3 damage, but it'll have Demon Bane of +3d6 damage on it. So you can have 2 swords. You'll keep your Kobold superior longsword the way it is now. And then you will have another bastard sword that is superior and magic with the dwarven plus 3 damage, and it'll have Demon Bane of plus 3d6 damage on it against demons. Only triggers against demons, obviously. All right?
Got it.
There you go.
Got it
Cool.
listed 3d6 or Demon Bane. Same damage and everything else. Is just one pit lower for strike and parry.
Right. It's the same stats as before, but yeah, we'll just make it easy because I mean you like your bastard sword, you missed it a lot, so there you bring it up and he's just like, I can do a dwarven superior bastard sword. Here you go. Got one right here. Bang, and we're gonna put magic on it. See you in a few weeks. It'll take that long.
Donate to his cause and buy him lunch.
It'll take that long to get that. So to make it, to infuse it with magic. That's what I'm trying to say. Kayden, any idea from you?
I think he'd probably be looking to put more damage just because he doesn't have the strength to back up doing it himself.
On his superior warhammer?
Yeah, and then if I can maybe tack on the continual glow in color. That equates to just less than 10k is to add all three.
Also, Keith, what I think about it was I to include Archie in the total of all the loose gold?
It's something we'd
I made allowances for all 5 characters to get 2,900 each. But then my companion brought up saying, don't know if we can do it or not, if he's going to allow it. I say that now just because it would give Kayden extra money if he had to put some out of pocket toward what he wants.
The thing I want, we can't afford if we put all of our money together.
That's what I'm saying. You got this extra. There's 2,900 base a piece that fills your pocket. If you need it extra toward making your hammer better, is what I'm suggesting. And if it doesn't include Archie, we'll have an extra 560.
Oh, that's a good. I mean, is Archie part of the group to where he gets cash from us?
That's why we said I better say it now.
That's kind of a party thing. Do we pay Archie or not?
Personally, I think he was an NPC all the way up to the end of the tower. I mean, now he's your squire, but now he's considered part of your party. That's how I feel.
Sure, let's do it that way.
I'm good with that.
It makes sense to me. Let me alter that total then per person.
So everyone's gonna get 2,900 in treasure funds to each of us, basically, right?
No, I got to change that because I have to cut that back from 5 people to 4 people. But now after this point, he will be party member.
I'm still seeing 5.
I know. I have to alter that.
Oh, it should be total of 5. Archie would make 6.
Right.
Okay, that's what screwed me up. My apologies.
Yeah, so if you did it by 5, you're doing it accurately.
Okay, then there it is.
So it's 2,900 per.
Yep, that's all the loose coin, not counting anything else above.
All right. So everyone add 2,900 to your characters. So Kayden, with your warhammer that is superior, you now add that it is also magic.
Okay.
And I don't care about that cost thing. That goes away because that's just part of the superior dash. So then it's going to have a plus 1d4 damage for the weapon. That's magic, and it's considered magic damage. And then it's going to have continual light on it, or continual glow is the term that they use in here. So let me change that to glow.
Is damage D4 or D6? Because it says D6.
It actually goes off of the base class of the weapon. Is what is the ruling is going to be. Whatever the base dice is for the weapon is what it increases. So,
okay,
cool. And Zoljin, what about you? Do you have anything?
I was going to add the additional damage and the continual glow to the halberd. It'll put 3 total to max.
The halberd is already magic. You can't stack it on there.
It's on fire. Doesn't it shed light anyway?
Right, because it's the halberd is already magic. They can't stack it. They can add it to a superior weapon, but It's kind of like, like D&D kind of thing. You can't really add magic to another magic weapon.
As above, you can have up to 3 magic powers on any weapon.
When it's initially created, it doesn't say that you could add it further.
Okay.
All features and affect your
Then I will
cumulative.
do the damage and the blood red to the scythe.
I got no problem with that.
Cool.
Oh, the giant-sized dwarven superior scythe?
Yeah.
Nice. So it's going to do an extra 1d6 damage, right? And what was the other one?
Just a continual glow of like blood red.
Oh, the continual glow as well? Nice.
Oh, the color.
Yeah, so it turns into,
Yeah.
gosh darn, 5d6 plus 21. Holy crap. That's major.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, and Hamon Amor. All right, cool. And of course, if there's any sort of superior stuff you guys want to get, extra weapons, armor, and stuff like that, now that you guys have, some gold, we can definitely deal with that or whatever. So whatever. So as far as the loot goes, the gold is pretty much gone, right? Okay.
Gold been divvied up.
Okay. Is there? So we got gems, we got a necklace, we got rings. Do we want to just fence that stuff and just call it gold, or does anyone actually want a ring, necklace, or a ring or a necklace?
I'll fence it that's my take on that.
I ain't got a problem with that. Basically, I figured the gems could be either just coins or lighter traveling money, whichever way we'd go on that.
Well, if we fence it, I'll be nice. 1,500 total turns into 750. We divide that by 5. If we get rid of the ring and the necklace, each character, dividing it by 5, will get an extra 150 gold.
Okay.
Cash coins in pocket, bloop, there it is. I'm doing a fencing at 50%. I'm being nice about it.
No complaints for peanut gallery, so an extra 150.
Yeah, so if everyone wants to put an extra 150 on their character sheets, they can do so. If we're all in agreement that that's what we want to do.
I'm good with
I'm
that.
good with it.
Okay. Nick?
Yeah.
Okay. Hit it up. Add 150 to each character then. So you can take those off. Cool. You can modify this as we go. So the 12 gems at 250 gold pieces a piece. You want to just divide those out to each other? Some people
Traveling money.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Yeah.
It's handy to have.
It turns out to like 2.4 each. We can do 2 each, and I don't know, however you want to do the 0.4.
She'll give the extra coin to everyone else, and she'll take the 3rd gem, or however it goes. She don't mind shrinking her coin list. She likes gems. Gems are nice.
The extra gem to the person who cooks.
That's our little buddy. That's very, very good. The cook works out nicely.
So you want to put in your gems and jewelry section that each of us have 2 gems worth 250?
Cool.
Is that what we're doing? Oh, right on. Cool. Money, 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 money. Okay, well then let's get out of the way the amulet of body.
Just give it to Thar.
Thar's got his hand up for it. Anyone else?
I need it done.
If everyone's cool, then bang. All right, put it on Thar's sheet. Parentheses 59 SDC. Really need to watch what sheets I'm doing where. I just put that on the wrong damn sheet.
Yeah. Somebody's like, hey, I got a freebie. Give me that.
Yeah. Accidentally put it on. Seriously? Ugh, that was better. Because I was all like, he doesn't have 39 SDC. He's got a lot more SDC than that. Then I realized I was typing on Hamon's sheet. And I was like, oh shit. No, that's the wrong guy.
You just get a boost?
Yeah. And then, I should have put this. Kayden, you were given a direction, a big old box of bottles that the church is going to give each of us 4 bottles of healing potions superior each. I put them in the chat. So everyone can add those to your character sheet.
You said superior?
Yeah.
Goodness.
That's the 2d6 hit points / 4d6 SDC healing potions. Yeah, when you leave, they'll come over with a crate and go, blink, There you go. Give these to all your people. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it, healer. Thank you very much.
Gladly.
Less that you have to deal with, right?
Right.
It do help.
All right. So we got all these weapons. Anyone feel particular about grabbing any of these things? They're good weapons.
Toothpicks in my hand.
You know, they're all a little bit small for you. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Kayden
Thar has so
That
many
dagger,
weapons.
though.
I don't see any.
Kayden doesn't have any of the skills needed for those weapons.
Okay, that dagger for the kobold might come in handy.
Man, I'll take it. I just don't have the skill to use it.
Oh, there's
Can't use a dagger or a knife?
I don't have weapon proficiency knife.
Oh.
You use it, you just don't get the proficiency bonus.
right.
Oh, so he has to earn it, or his class is not allowed it?
I have to earn it.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I've got is blunt.
Okay, because I started to say, because if she could, she'd try to train him in the use for it. She ain't got a problem with that.
None of these are blunt.
If they are, we've been schnookered.
But actually, I do it for weapon proficiencies. If you don't have the weapon proficiency, even if you have a physical prowess bonus or whatnot, you still don't get it. You just get no bonus for non-proficiency weapon at all. You're just not familiar with it. So
Right.
Welcome to the school of fumble fingers.
Makes sense.
if you don't know how to handle it, no eye-hand coordination is going to help you, in my opinion. So
You're doing your best to watch out to make sure you start and leave with 10 fingers.
Yeah. I mean, like, I could take it, but I'd probably only really use it for, cutting things.
emergencies.
You might get more use in the kitchen.
for emergencies.
Humanitarian purposes.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to just get rid of them, I can work out gold and see what we can get for them. I mean, they are superior items, but still, I mean, it's not going to be I don't think it's going to be a huge amount.
He's happy with what she's got. She figured you guys would take care of the rest of the weapons, is what she thought.
It's either that or you give both the longsword and the dagger to Archie.
Didn't think about that.
I mean, he can put the dagger in his belt or whatever, but use the longsword.
Well, he uses a Kobold Superior Longsword, a Battle Axe, and he has 2 daggers.
Damn. Okay, son.
Well, if he could trade up to superior class, yay.
Okay. He's a thought.
I mean, that Orc Superior Battle Axe, a squire gets pissed off, whips out this Orc Superior Battle Axe, like, I'm going to thump your ass with this. You're like, the hell is
We have got
They're
that,
doing
but
that.
I apologize right now.
I'll give him the Orc Battle Axe if you guys want.
Yeah, like I said, if he's going to be part of us and make sure he's equipped, I got no problem with that at all.
Sure, I'll take it.
Better equipment, better survival.
So the Orc Battle Axe is gone. Kayden, you're going to take the Dwarven Superior Dagger or the Orc Superior Dagger?
He's a kobold. He's going to take the dwarf superior.
Okay. So wipe off the Dwarf Superior Dagger and that Battle Axe then.
I will in a second, sir.
All right. I guess I could edit it. Can I edit it? Am I allowed to?
I think you can.
I don't know if I will or not.
You might be able to delete the message.
Yeah, I can delete it as the channel owner, but I can't edit the text. Yeah, that's cool. Cool.
Right.
All right. So the other ones are weapon list. How much is the base? 2,000%. Oh my gosh. Actually, holy crap. That actually makes these weapons pretty damn pricey now, don't it? That's multiplying it by... Ooh, holy crap. Damn. So at a base price of 55 gold, 55 times 2,000%, that's for the Dwarven Superior of +2 to strike and parry. Not right, is that what the other one? Yeah, because that longsword, the Dwarven Superior, is +2 to strike and parry. That's a add 2,000%. Woohoo!
It's 25K.
Yeah, that's one of the
2,500.
reasons why she was having a little bit of like, aw, when she saw, I was looking at the book seeing this, that, superior, this, that. Oh, this is going to hurt.
So you take the base price of the weapon at 55. What am I doing wrong?
Got 110. That's...
Yeah. Actually, it's not 110.
crazy.
It turns into times 20 at 2,000%. Yeah, should be times
That sounds more.
times 20. So that turns into 1,100.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Okay. Yay, math!
I know, right?
Yazoo!
Yay, numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And Kayden, you took the dwarven dagger, right?
Correct.
Okay. And what about the orc dagger? Was that given to Archie? I know the battle axe was.
He's already got multiples. I don't think he would.
Okay. So the last three are just going to be going toward be turned into coin, right? This longsword, scimitar, and dagger.
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. Just getting it straight before I bumped it off.
Yeah. 2,000% of 55 is 1,100. So, yay, Google.
Dr. Professor Google.
Woo! we're smart gamers.
Yeah.
So we're not counting on our fingers, sir.
So I will 5. So the dwarven longsword, the orc scimitar, and the orc dagger, if no one wants it, I will just give a blanket out there of, divided by 5, 400 gold pieces per character if we want to just fence it. I'll just give you guys a little bonus of money. How's that? Cool. Everyone add 400 more gold. Just because. Bing.
Hola.
Got it.
Alright, yeah, I changed Thar, and not that Thar really needs to worry about it now, because it was what he's marrying into, but why not? He likes his own gold.
Oh, it's good to have a small bank account on the side just in case he wants to go out and have a barbecue somewhere.
But honey, everyone's bringing their gold. If everyone else jumped off a cliff, would you want to also? Maybe.
Look at the bottom.
I just know that if Kayden was pushed off a cliff, that LeeLuu would have to follow him, and then I'd have to go just because that's my buddy. First, I'd beat the shit out of the person that pushed him off, but then I would jump in after him. I got your back, little buddy.
Have the troll pick him up and go to the edge and spike him down the cliff. You go first, toss. Say hello when they get down to you. Like spiking a football the hard way.
Go get him.
Cool. We all have tons of money, and we know what we're doing since we got here now, right?
Yes, we do.
I think that's it for the housekeeping shit. Does that conclude that
I
crap?
do. I need to get the potion that I had looted.
Oh shit. The potion
And
that
I
you...
think there was some magical dust.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
remember.
determined that they were magical, but I could not get them identified.
Not a problem. We can now do that. You can get that done for free over at the Citadel. Let me go get the map for the thing where this was on level 2. It was shit that he had. Oh, actually it was level 1, wasn't it? It was level 1.
Yeah, it was level 1 in
The large lounge
tower
room,
section.
right? Okay.
Yeah, 3. 1, 3.
Yep. Dresser cabinets with... Oh, you have all the hard spirits and shit too, right? You took all that?
Yep.
Yeah, but all that shit's gonna go into my dwelling cave. Just because.
Hey, you got a nice, cool place to store them.
Bang! There it is.
Cool beans.
Oh, I didn't get the page for the potion, but you can go look up the potion.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
Potion of run, Forest, run.
Give that potion to Kayden. He's the slowest bastard.
No, I'm fast. I'm
Even
just
picked
out of
up.
breath. My speed is decent on Kayden. It's endurance that sucks.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you were talking about. Yeah, your endurance is horrible.
She's right along there with him. Trust her.
Oh, good. So neither one of you is going to tire each other out in your sexual escapades.
He'll go first. She'll be second. She'll be a minute or two afterwards. Then come the next morning, it's called "Get her off me, please. I can't move her."
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, where's the cleric? Well, she's asleep over there. Did you look under her?
That's messed up.
It's like, what the hell?
All right, so LeeLuu, you know that you have to wear that cape at all times, pretty much, right?
Yep. The only time she's not wearing it is when she takes a bath, and it's going to be within arm's reach at all times.
Yeah. Kayden, basically the potions are a reward for bringing 2 new members, saving them from a life of slavery. So the church was just all like, have a bunch of bottles.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so we got to do that. Okay, so we know that he's the protector, and Zoljin, while you're doing some of your work for the Citadel, be talking to several different wizards, and you will slowly start to come to the realization that there is a secular temple that exists somewhere underground at the Citadel of the Ley Line.
Okay.
Yeah. At some point, you will get invited to, hey, if you want to learn some magic and open up the secrets to the magical realm and everything, we've got a guy that people are talking to and things like that. If you'd like to check us out.
Oh yeah.
And that's when you're going to find out that there is a temple to Kalba in the lower depths of the catacombs for the Citadel.
Maybe.
Well, all right then.
So, if you're interested in looking at the cult of Kalba, you can.
The priest does not recommend.
He's not there, so, you do you, boo. I mean, you are anarchists, so, Yeah.
Oh,
Page 115 of the Dragons and Gods book. It's basically the Kalba, the evil dwarf magic user for the Pantheon Aruga. So,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Yeah, he's gonna do it.
oh dear God.
Yeah, I mean, Zoljin is out for power, so
Well, that's what Kalba is all about, man. That's one of the things they're gonna talk about is all like, supposedly it's secret worship, but since this is a Ruga Pantheon town, it's kind of like people are all like, so you're saying that there might be followers of Kalba here? They're like, yeah. They're like, meh.
That's one of those cases of like, yeah, they meet at 11:30. Bring potato salad.
Right.
oh yeah. They got his attention.
So you'll not be. I mean, you won't be invited to a meeting or anything. You're just going to get like while you're talking to people about like, we heard, Kalba might be in this area if you're interested.
Oh, almost like see.
Yeah, you're like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Speaking of my good ear again, what was that? And he's considered the Lord of Magic. I mean, he's huge into magic. Now, he might be quite insane, but what god isn't?
Yeah,
Look at Ruga herself. That bitch doesn't. She can't.
Well, I'm a person. Yes. Zoljin is thoroughly interested to find out.
Kalba is the god of wandering spirits, ghosts, haunting entities, and wraiths because he himself is a lost soul. I mean, just good writing, guys. I mean, just why have gods just be gods? They're just like, I'm a spirit. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was once a wizard and demigod of great power, and now he seems that somebody, quotations, somebody condemned him to eternal wandering in spirit form. So now most of his followers are now part of, like, you could say, they use the term death cult, but that doesn't fly with us. We're not that. It's just, talking to our Lord and Spirit sometimes requires us to let Kalba inhibit our body for a little while.
Yes, I saw that. Possess mortal. Oh God. Oh God, you're gonna die. Oh, on.
He can teach you a whole bunch of stuff, but there's that whole like, so I give you all this stuff, but you gotta let me run around in your body for a little bit, because that's the only way that I can physically interact with the prime plane over here. You're good with that, right? It's a trade.
I mean, yeah, you're a troll. You got plenty of room, There's a lot of room in there for you and me.
That's all Kayden needs. The troll walk by, seemingly full of power, pats him on the head. Sup, little dude? Ruga, all the way. We're good. We're tight.
Yeah,
What?
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 Right.
know what happened.
And walks by the Wolfen. When he gets past her, all of a sudden, Kayden comes out. Does she look? And then looks at Wolfen like she just French kissed a light socket. Like, why is all my fur on end? He just walked by me. So I got this cold chill all the way up and down my back, and then some.
What did you just say?
Yeah, Kayden's just like, huh?
Oh wow, he's terrified of Splurgroff.
I wanted to say, well, you know, the Splurgirth are pretty badasses among themselves. That's a whole other island somewhere else.
No, they don't exist on Palladium. So we're gonna.
Not in the past. In the future, we'll talk about that.
Now remember, this is not Earth. This is, or even a version of Earth. It is Palladium. It's its own realm, you can call it.
I honestly, truly thought that Palladium would have been the way back when Earth versus the way in the frickin' future Earth. Same planet, same universe, just thousands of years plus on either end is what I honestly thought.
No,
I really did.
No, Palladium is its own realm. It is actually separate from Earth. That's why it's got its own gods and that pay attention to it as far as the Palladium pantheon, or however, multiverse is the word you want to use.
I was unaware of that fact.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. That. Oh, we did. So no one's taking a house, so we don't have to deal with that stuff. That's cool. Oh, what I would like from each of you, since we're all walking around the city, we're doing all this work for like the next month, is everyone give me a perception roll for their characters, please. The main ones.
Oh, wow.
LeeLuu's got a 13.
Oh, unless anyone rolled a 1, the first one goes to me. Thar rolled a 1 for his perception. Guess we're not...
Did you walk into a tree?
Yeah, we're just not paying attention. I don't care what other people do. I'm a knight protector of the realm.
Zoljin got 11.
Kayden got a 19.
Oh, wow. Just waiting to hear from LeeLuu.
LeeLuu got a 13.
Take it what you will for your character's perspective, what they think, your attitudes, all that good stuff. But you will notice, and when I say you, you three, because I didn't roll for Hamon. Let me roll. Okay, I rolled a 1, then I rolled a 2. So, wow.
He's somewhere in the city park annoying the squirrels in the trees.
Yeah, I just don't pay attention. Okay, so I was right. So the three of you at some point will notice that lots of citizens in the city and out, but just in general, a lot of citizens are wearing garlic and or wolfsbane necklaces, and a whole lot of houses around here have garlic and wolfsbane mounted on their doors and windows.
Huh?
Either something is wrong, or this is the monthly festival of Italian food.
You give a Wolfen an itchy nose.
It's all I can smell is garlic. I'm just thinking I can cook with it. I can cook with that sprig. I'm thinking Italian seasonings, lasagna maybe. It's the only reason I can think. Why is it so much garlic?
That's an interesting way of putting it. Sure. I mean,
Kayden's just like, what on earth? Kayden's like, what on earth is going on here? It's like, I don't have lore on dead.
Yeah, I mean, if we could roll either a identify plants as to why wolfsbane, botany.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a weird looking flower that smells strange.
We may not
She
know
knows.
directly that it's meant for undead. We could ask. We could ask someone.
Yeah, I think it'd be
either
worthwhile
that
to
or
ask.
go to the library at the Citadel and research, or either the
Yeah, I'll do
library
that.
or the library at in the sanctuary as well.
Sure. Zoljin will do some research.
Yeah.
Or ask around.
Well,
Yeah, it's not like it's a roll for a big secret or anything, but you'll basically find out that garlic and wolfsbane is used primarily to keep vampires at bay.
what in the blazes are we doing around vampires?
Scott, I'm making one like vampires. It's a
Get
vampire.
some money back. All right. Kayden, you gonna do some more? Or Kayden and Zoljin, you guys, what do you do with this information?
I'm gonna see if I can do some research as to why people are all of a sudden doing that. Like, was there an imminent attack? Was someone found in the city?
Yeah, I think Kayden's
Are
gonna
they
be.
expecting a raid?
Both of you will be able to just asking questions. Both of you will be told by respective officers of station at your individual places that there has been a problem with what is called wild vampires that randomly attack the docks or is found in the city or on the even in the farmlands. That every once in a while a band of 6 or more vampires attacks the city.
Anyway, for her part's going to have to do a little research to figure out what these dang things are. She's never heard of these creatures before.
I mean, if we all get together, if you want, we can roll the lore on dead. I have lore on dead. I could tell him what a vampire is.
Well, you pretty much know. I mean,
Okay.
I'll
tell LeeLuu, undead, sharp fangs, suck blood.
Okay. She'll ask the more important question, how do you stop them?
Would I know that specifically?
with lore undead, you would know because lore undead, that's out of the mysteries of magic, right? I know there's just skill for it, but this is like general. There's lore undead that's into an in-depth study and specialization of the area of vampires, blah, 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 blah. Both lore demon and monster and lore magic will touch upon aspects of the undead, but their knowledge and information is cursory at best and includes myth rather than hard fact or detailed information. So, okay. So if you have demon and monster lore, you know that basically vampires are undead and they're hard to kill. That's about all you're going to get. And that let's see, involves myth rather than hard fact or detailed information. So you will know that sunlight bugs them. That's about it. That's all you're going to get. But as far as killing them, you have no idea. If you have lore undead, you know about how to identify different types of the undead and that there are 3 types of vampires. A master, a secondary, and wilds. That if wilds are attacking someone, you know for certain there's a secondary in charge. And if there's a secondary, there's a master that made them. There's only a master that can make secondaries. But a master and secondaries can make wilds.
I mean, I'll let LeeLuu know whatever I can.
Her first thoughts are going to basically go, where can she go? I figure would the church have better research books or a city library on these bizarre monsters? She wants to find out exact details on how tough these things are and how to destroy them.
The only two
don't sound like they're friendly at all.
The only 2 libraries that exist are in the Citadel and the Sanctuary. There is no public library.
Didn't know that. Then if that's the case, then head over there. It's time for her to start doing the research as best she can.
Does she read?
She has literacy for Wolfen. I don't know and Elven. I'm hoping there's some text in Elven that she could find. She's hopeful because I don't know exactly just what. I figured they would cover the gamut of various books as to what's the content of those books is up in the air.
Well, you have language Elven. You do not have literacy Elven.
3rd column.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, your literacy in Elven is very bad. Well, it's broken.
Yeah.
As far as literacy Wolfen, yeah, good luck. There's not going to be diddly. I mean, that's less than 5% of,
Like I said, it's one of those coin in the well and hope for the best.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, she'll start making a project of basically writing a book or 2 on what she learns just to help in Wolfen. That'll be one of those passion projects over the next few years. She's going to try to find out anything if she can. The fact that there's so much obvious worry about these beings, this gives her cause for concern.
You still have issues with literacy and Wolfen. It's going to take you twice as long as anyone else because you're only at 60% proficiency. So you still have to stop and go like, what's that word? And work things out.
In character, out of character, I understand that. she's got to try.
No, that's fine.
This sounds like this is something that we need to look into more. I mean, if it's this bad and this many people are worried by it, sounds like we're going to have some problems here and there.
Your access level of research into those books is basically going to be just vampires are undead, are hard to kill. They're not going to get a whole lot of detail. You'll find out that the details of, specific details that get into vampires are going to be in the restricted area for upper echelon members and stuff like that. And you're just...
that ain't her.
Yeah. I mean, you're not even a member yet. You're still in initiation.
Yep, that's like, she tried. She'll come back like, no dice, guys. This is what I got. Squadoo.
Now, Kayden, on the other hand, you can just go where the hell you want to, Mr. Healer. So,
Yeah.
she's like, I can't go through those doors. And he's like, you mean like this?
Yeah. Say, she is with me.
That won't work. They won't let
well.
her in. They're like, okay, I'm really glad she's with you. She'll be right out here waiting for you when you come back.
That's fine.
You're like, I tried.
I tried.
You did. She's grateful for that. Make plenty of footnotes when you get them.
And Zoljin, you'll have a decent access. There's also your books, too. I mean, you get bonuses for your books, right?
I get a 20% on that book for Land of the Damned. If it has anything to do with vampires, then sure, I can take a look at that. I got it from that necromancer.
Right. There's going to be heading. Yeah, there's going to be headings in there that talk about you have a master, you have a secondary, and you have a wild. So you're pretty much going to get that. If there's if there's vampires, typically there's going to be a master, and that master is not going to be moving. They're going to be set up in a lair, and they're probably looking to, they're all like conniving, smart, magic-using bastards that want to be an asshole and a pain in the butt. If they're sending wild vampires here, that's just their thralls. They're probably just going like, and go. Yeah, you pretty much read that really the only two ways to completely destroy a vampire is submersion and running water for a while, and the other way is bring it down to where its body has to go into a suspended animation, lop its head off, burn the head separate from the body, and then you grab up the ashes and you scatter them all over the place. That is the only true death way. Stake through the heart does not kill them. It just puts them in a suspended animation.
To incapacitate that, that's a good way.
Right. A lot of people think that to kill or what they read like to kill a vampire is stake through the heart. And it's like, well, that doesn't kill him. That just makes him to where they can't move. So if you remove that stake, he's coming back pissed. So
Wood, silver?
Wood and silver does hit points and damage to him.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else does no damage. You can have a magical sword and it does no damage. Unless it is made of silver or it's an undead slayer or something like that. But they'll walk right through it. They'll bounce right off of them.
Okay. I'll write my notes. Keep them with me. I have my book. Keep it on me. Can you find out if there was an attack recent?
Last one was 3 weeks before you guys came back.
And did they send people to go deal with it?
They send the militia, and the Citadel provides people, and so does the Sanctuary.
And yet people are still putting these ingredients on their doors and necks.
It's kind of a big city. It's not like they can stop them from coming in the city.
And they've heard nothing from any attacks within the city past that?
Yeah,
it's additional attacks?
Yeah, that there's just random attacks of wild vampires. They will say that they're just packs of wilds. They've never caught a secondary or anything. And there's been no messages or anything of that sort.
Always the same direction or random?
No, they're random. The last one was up in the northern parts of the city, just north of the dock area. They seemed to just crawled out of the sea and just started attacking. I'll say it was about 10 to 12 of them that came up from the sea. They're undead. They don't have to swim. They just have to walk along the bottom. The sea in and of itself does not qualify as, quote, running water. So they can walk across the sea. Or under the sea, I should say.
That's annoying as all hell. They could pretty much climb up a boat's anchor ropes and it's like, let's mob the crew.
It's happened.
That's being an annoying bunch of a-holes.
Just like in Pirates of the Caribbean, you're just like, okay, we're going to go attack those guys. Everyone jump in the water.
And I was thinking, I'm like, wow, wait a minute. I didn't think they could do that. I was like, I'm wrong, apparently.
There's an army of undead people just walking along the bottom going like, we'll get there.
Just skeletons. Boys, time to take a stroll.
Don't consider thralls like part vampire.
So what?
They consider thralls just regular undead? Is that how they... Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean... Unless they're telling us directly to mobilize or anything, it doesn't really matter to Zoljin.
No, this is stuff that you guys just started researching, and then you asked around. People are all like, "Oh yeah, we've been attacked by vampires. It sucks."
Cool. Yeah. He'll keep that thought in his mind in the book, but other than that, he'll move on.
Right.
At least an idea.
You can get the same basic information when Kayden's done walking around and finding stuff out. Lovely. He's got something that's going to be a severe pain in the ass.
Might need to get our hands on some silver. Then again, magic weapons now might provide use.
In Rifts, it does, but in Palladium, they do not.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah. In Rifts, the magic energy is so immense that it will break that barrier. It'll slow them down, but it's not going to stop them. They get better fast.
Yeah, is it still like silver and cold iron, or just silver?
Silver.
Just silver.
Okay.
Out of character, silver. In Rift's Earth, super soakers take on a lethal meaning to vampires.
Ah, yeah.
Because you can actually drench them to the point where they dissolve into the muck with a child's big axe squirt gun. Water balloons, same damn thing. A bucket of thrown water at a vampire is considered water in motion.
Oh, I stand corrected. Sorry. Magic. Any weapon that is actually magic, like the ones we just had enchanted, will do hit points and damage.
Okay.
You can, but it won't kill them. You won't kill them with a magic weapon, like ever.
They'll get better fast.
All you do is hurt them to the point to where they will eventually regenerate. They will pop back up. You can lop their head off, store it in separate boxes, whatever. They're going to regenerate unless you burn them and do what we had talked about previously. So
Yeah.
Joy.
yeah.
Delight, hurrah.
Yeah. So weapons made of wood, coated in silver, or if they're magic or holy water and sunlight, will do hit points and damage, but it won't kill them. It's very specific on how you kill a vampire.
Yeah, just a lot of it.
They fight forever, and then at some point, apparently, you can do so much damage to where they'll just fall down and go into like a state of suspended animation until their regeneration kicks up to where they're at that threshold, and then they pop right back up going, let's rock.
There's just a copious amount of bullshit.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, I personally figured sunlight just burns to nothing in X period of time. But apparently the Palladium vampires are a little tougher than the Rifts. At least in that regard of sunlight, I should say corrected.
Now, if you stake them out in sunlight and leave them there for a little while, then it can reduce them to ashes. But it has to be pure sunlight. A globe of daylight will not kill a vampire. It'll keep them at bay.
Goodness.
Yeah, stay back. How much longer you got? Not that much time.
Okay, so we got all of that stuff done. Oh, then there's that. Okay, so let's talk about the other characters where we can get somewhat everyone together as much as possible. Do this first because we don't have a reason to bring them in right at this time. We've got to have to do this event first. Okay, because 3 people just showing up and then be all like, hey, we're joining your party. We're like, why? You know.
Who are you?
You seem like a trustworthy fellow.
Would you like to join our group? Yes, I would. Is this your new
LeeLuu has an excuse over everyone else because when she realizes it's her little brother, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only thing with LeeLuu. It's like, little brother! It's like, you kind of grew up a little bit. Yeah, and you grew out, too. Jeez.
Damn.
Got a permit for those things?
Damn.
You were like, Ben, Rail, where'd all this slushy come from? You know, like, well, you went to the monastery at this point. Yeah, but I did. What did you eat? Jeez.
Okay. So we got all that done. If there's any more equipment you guys want to buy or whatnot, you can do that, offline, whatever the case may be. So Thar will come up to Kayden and LeeLuu walking around the house doing stuff, and this will be like, say, a couple of weeks after that we're getting stuff done. Well, it'll be like a month. We'll just say a month. That way we all have our magic weapons and everything. We've spent the past month doing whatever we needed to do. Zoljin, you've been playing, cards with the necromancer, and he cheats a lot. So, but yeah, right. He's like, really, dude? Really? I see all 12 of your fingers on there, and half of those aren't even your fingers, all right? Knock it off.
That's bullshit.
Okay, so Thar will come up to Kayden and LeeLuu and just be like, hey, I have something.
Is it contagious?
It is. It's called beating the crap out of something.
Oh, well, that's a good kind of contagious. That's the kind of disease we need to get more of when we have somebody to play with.
Right.
What's on your mind?
I heard from sort of a family meeting that way up north, like on the borders of the city out there in the farm area, that scouts out there have determined that there is a band of goblins riding wild dogs that have been crossing over and going after the farming areas and stuff. And I kind of volunteered to us because I'm bored and you guys are bored, and we need to let's go up there and go check it out.
All right.
And I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything better than my little healer buddy being able to help me out as I slay the hordes of creatures that are coming down to raid our lands.
You see, the thing is like dogs. Look at a cage. He's like, that would make about what, the size of a pony?
They're goblins riding
Good-sized
dogs.
dog.
They're goblins riding dogs.
She just figured I'm figuring they're good-sized dogs or what have you.
They're goblins. How big does a dog have to be for a goblin to ride them?
I don't think a Chihuahua cuts it.
See, that's just being racist. Not every dog is a Chihuahua.
Well, they tie a leash around his neck and swing it around. What's that? That's their mace. It's a barking mace. Or flail, I should say.
Yeah.
Now, LeeLuu's with the idea that I'm like, we need to go up there and basically teach them, stay the fuck over there on your side of the planet.
Yeah, the militia's doing their own thing, but this is what we do. I want to go check it out. I thought we could, we'll get Hamon. I can get Hamon. We can swing by the Citadel, pick up Zoljin. All he's been doing is just writing. He's bored. He needs to practice some spells. Let's go get Zoljin. We'll go beat some up.
Weightlifting, working out, and so forth, and sparring with trees. That only take you so far. You need to basically get your arms back in the game of fighting again. I'm all for it. Besides, it'll help the area and the farmers in particular. She's going to wonder if he's heard anything regarding why the militia's been having problems, because from what we've learned, apparently there's vampires too floating around. It's been giving the militia grief.
Yeah. I mean, I've got no problem wearing some riffraff.
Vampire?
Yeah. There appears to be a bit of a vampire upsurge.
Are those the guys dead things that came up out of the water that are hard to kill?
Yeah.
Yep, that's them.
Okay.
That's what they tell us.
You think maybe there's some of these with the goblins?
I hope not. I think they'd eat them.
You said the upper southern area, didn't you?
Northern.
That kind of in the region. It kind of in the region from looking at the map where they said that it was in, because this map does not have a north, south, east, and west pin on it. I thought it might have.
You just take it that
going
north is going to be up, okay? So
that's what I'm saying. It's like you said, but upper farmland areas. I figured that was in the upper portion.
yeah, that's north.
And from which,
right?
I know what I'm saying is, but if I remember correctly, didn't they say that they were having grief from the vampires coming from the harbors and dock area, which is also up in that in that area?
Yeah, but we're going to be riding a lot farther now. We're going to be following like that main road that goes to the left a little bit and goes up into the farmland areas.
So I was thinking what we're going to have to do. Be going straight through that far section of town and breaking out near the top portion into the rich breadbasket of this area.
Did you choose your spells for Zoljin?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What'd you take?
Yeah, do you want it? Arthur gave me manipulate objects, and then the guild gave me invisibility and ignite fire.
There you go.
Trying to stray away from magic net.
Why would you say that, he asks.
I'm trying different things, okay?
I get you. So yeah, Archie and I will grab our horses, and you guys can follow along however you wish to follow along, and let's go. I know we got Hamon in with us, so let's do it.
We're going that direction. She's all for it.
Are you and Kayden is LeeLuu and Kayden gonna walk, or?
No,
I can't ride.
like I said, I'm looking on her sheet. I don't think she has like animal husbandry, so she can't really per se, get a.
I do have horsemanship, General. I forgot about that. I mean,
Well, if you've got that, basically, she'll rent like a wagon with a horse. She ain't got a problem renting that for our benefit. All stuff, if nothing else.
Why do a wagon? Just since you got horsemanship general, just ask the house for a horse. They'll give you a horse.
yeah.
Or a
She'll be riding, riding shotgun behind.
a pony.
Yeah.
Maybe not
that's the thing
a
about it.
full-size horse, for Kayden.
It's kind of hard to justify for not reach the stirrups.
Yeah.
Booster seat. Booster seat with sticks.
So, in other words, he's asking you to try a training saddle they use for young girls. So,
Just take the pretty pink bits off of it, please.
you can use mine, Kayden. It's pink and covered in little tassels.
Very good, forgive me.
All must deal with even a minor amount of humiliation once in a while in your life. Show your strength and just foster on through.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounded good. I got off the cereal box this morning when I had breakfast.
Weird-ass cereal box was that?
Wolfen
I don't want
Fruitios.
to know.
Yeah, probably don't.
Called Wolfen Fruitios.
Wolfen Fruitios.
Wolfen Furrios.
All right. So we're going to ride by, go to the Citadel, tell him, we're here for Zoljin. He's supposed to go out with us. Zoljin, you are working feverishly, writing stuff down, trying your hardest to stay awake today. Boom!
The boy riders.
I'm awake!
Goodbye.
I got this. Yeah.
Nobody help me.
14 column 97. Yeah, I got it.
There will be a runner that comes up to you and says, there is a knight from House Uberman's out there. Several people that are saying they're here to pick you up, that you're supposed to go with them.
He'll get up real quick, snap the quill in half, and run out the door.
Let me picture he gets up there. I'm ready to go. Why you got an ostrich feather in your hand?
Hey, you guys. I'm here.
So you go running out there, the taskmaster on the side's all like, hey, did you finish your pie? I can't hear you.
You just run him over? Oh, there was somebody there?
You go run. Just gonna go over to your place and put on armor and grab gear, or what?
Zoom. Yeah.
Your soft leather armor is all nice, and you're just all like, I haven't worn it in like a month and a half.
Brush the dust off real quick. It's dusty in these caverns.
Kayden's armor's all like nice and clean and pristine.
Oh, I hear it, kinsman.
Thar is wearing new armor because of his involvement with the family and everything. He is now wearing enchanted plate and chain full armor.
Yeah.
Fancy
What
Chin
is
Man.
What's his AC now? Disgusting, I would think.
It's actually the armor rating is the same. It's just a lot more SDC.
Not gonna be chewed through as fast as he was the last time.
No, he's got increased AR, increased SDC, and it has fire resist on it.
Well,
And it's set up really. It's superior, but set up a superior that I created. It's called Fancy. It just looks ornate, looks expensive and fancy. It's like damn. And it's
this
like
is your dress armor.
little gleaming, like Zoljin said, fancy metal man.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he's got a new medium steel shield that's also enchanted. He's all right. He's just like, I'm ready to go. Let's go. And Zoljin comes out and he's like, Zoljin, come on, let's go. There's bad guys to beat up.
Here's the party. Time to party.
Step on.
There's
step
a
on
scribe
some
follow running after you. Sir Zoljin, what are we going to do about this? We have these to do. We got this to do. You're forgetting your schedule today.
Gotta growl at him really loud. Go away.
Either that or he leans down, looks at the schedule, and writes in that empty spot, out fighting.
Beating stuff up. Oh yeah, this kid's just bugging the crap out of you as you go running across there.
So, you can't do that. You want to be a sparring partner?
So yeah, you'll show up and Thar's all fancy. Archie's right next to him. Archie's set up in some pretty fancy armor too. Just all like, and by this time we all know that Archie is pretty much like part of our group. He's there. Hamon's there too. He's just all like, hey guys.
In the park annoying the squirrels. Do for a change.
Yeah. He's got the same armor, but I put the enchantment of noiseless on his armor.
Oh, sneaky, you little bastard.
Kind of what he did, so he's just like,
You hear nothing.
he's like, I like to prowl.
He's a
I want to prowl. All right. So, yeah, Thar's all like, dude, supposedly goblins are coming in and attacking farmlands up north. We're going to go up there and we're going to cause a ruckus. You got fireball, lightning bolt, and disintegrate ready? Let's go.
Yes.
You're like,
Squishy.
yes to all three. I don't know them, but goddammit.
Yeah. It's gonna happen. I have to run though.
He's got a jog by us.
Run.
It's okay. So does the Wolfen.
Yep. Thankfully, it's what she does, but it's still one of those. A long way to go.
But the Kayden is on a really cute girl pony, by the way.
Oh man, Kindred.
Pink bows, aren't they adorable?
That's
That
not
mane
right.
smells freshly washed, too.
Domesticated.
I would.
Are you embracing your feminine side?
I really don't get the choice in the size of the matter of the mount I am given.
Thar's like, apparently it's from one of my soon-to-be little nieces. I think her name is Wendy. She's pretty young.
Got her own micro-stable of things.
Part of the
I wouldn't
family.
be surprised.
Yeah. And you were made sure to be told, Kayden, that the pony's name is Daisy. Take care of her.
Yes, I will take care, Daisy.
Funny, Kindred. Making me laugh.
Poor guy.
Oy vey.
All right, so we'll go riding out to the northern area, get past the city parts. People will hail us and stuff like that because, I mean, hey guys, look the part, man. Thar's all like, guys, you're hanging with me, so play it up a little bit. We're famous.
Man got big
That's
headed.
what you call it.
He does
He's
have a
wearing
big
her,
head.
wearing
Unfortunately,
her new white cloak proudly.
oh yeah, that's new.
Oh, yeah.
Kayden is so happy to see her in that.
Damn, Kayden, you smile anymore, you may crack your helmet. Jesus Christ, man. Bye, Ruga!
Is it not one? Is it not rude? Is it not surprising to see one has found the same kindred kind in the gods that you worship? Or
Gods.
similar cause?
So, Zoljin, how's things going at the Citadel, man?
Writing scrolls, being bored, playing cards.
I thought that I didn't think that getting you out of there was going to take much, so.
Oh, shit, no, I was waiting. I was like, any day can man come, save me from this boredom shit.
I'm going to have to come over I'm going to have to come over more often with a 6-pack of spirits and some pork rinds.
I got some hard spirits. We can just roll it up.
He's talking the good stuff.
Let me show you my necromancer friend down the hallway.
That's some mean tricks.
Careful, he cheats. Bastard. Oh, we right up north for easily an hour. I mean, we're going to be on this road for a little while, passing the northern, say common houses. I like to put them on the outside, and it may or may not be surprising for those who have good smell that Thar doesn't really smell different. I didn't put that fancy powder on that my wife told me to before I left. Oops.
Thar smells like Thar.
Yes.
Yep, to her he smells like he's supposed to smell like. It's when he doesn't smell like him, they're like, what? She still fondly remembers that trip across the sea. When he got bathed, scrubbed, and so forth. He was smelling all kinds of like, you smell pretty. He almost socked her in the nose. Shut up.
That was a bad day. Damn it.
That was a very bad day.
I'm a married man now. I don't have to take baths. They never said anything about that. Taking baths is what you do to get the wife. When you have the wife, you don't have to do it anymore. You've already proved your value. She loves you for who you are, or she has to love you for who you are. And then
that whole marriage contract thing, a few more hidden clauses.
Right. Kayden, how about you and LeeLuu? You guys are like worshiping the same god, right?
Well, they told me I have to stick with him and protect him and make sure I take care of him at all times. I'm to follow his orders, whatever he tells me to do.
I'm gonna wink at Zoljin.
I got bile in my mouth.
Oh, come now.
What, little guy? It's okay. Be proud.
I mean, I can't say that on the table.
So we get out
in
the
little tiny puppies.
Huh?
Those that don't know.
very hairy kobold babies.
Oh, no.
There's little tiny Sasquatch.
Oh!
That'd be
Why are they
weird.
so furry?
Yeah, well, they got his size and her furry genes, so it's like, it's because of it.
Oh no!
A little furry chihuahuas.
Wasn't it? That's hilarious. All right, so we'll take a ride up there, get where the farmlands are. We'll get flagged down by one of the farmers that's out there. It's a human. He's got his family out there working the fields. He comes over. Thar's all like, Kayden, you want to talk to him?
Sure.
All right, you're the talker guy. We're out here looking for marauding bands of goblins.
Yeah. I guess, Kayden would go up and just say, I heard you were having some issues with goblins.
Nods and says, we are having problems with some goblins. Hit my fields out that way a night ago. Didn't hurt us, hurt my cows. They hit and then they go that way. And he points kind of north, but kind of northwest towards the shoreline. So we didn't get to fight any. They were riding dogs.
How many? This many?
Yeah, lots.
Okay.
A bunch. He's not literate and he don't have basic math, dude. So, like you said, you're just right when you asked him that question, you saw the Windows thing just go doo-doo-doo-doo, and you're like, "Yep, I ain't gonna get a good answer out of this." So,
Nope.
you're just like that many, right? And he's like, "Yeah,
right.
but yeah."
Okay.
He's like, "Many cows, yeah, many." Lots, yeah, that.
You go. Must save the cows.
He's a simple guy, man.
He's a man. He's a man of the farmland. There we go.
And the pay.
So we can get the information that they came at night, and he's heard the dogs barking at night the past couple of days. Thinks that they could be planning something, or they're still in this area. All the farming community has sent out riders back to the city to tell the militia
The answer
about the goblins. So yeah, he's just kind of looking at our group and he's like, "Okay,
We take care.
big, all right, big.
Yeah.
Clean him up. He eats him.
Don't need goblins. Don't need dogs. Eat. Go ahead and eat."
Okay.
Yep. So,
Let's go find Trail over there.
yeah, we got.
The first thing to do is check out the area where they sit. So
Yeah, we'll
see
head
if
over
she
there.
could pick. See if she could pick anything up.
Yeah, we still don't have any rangers with tracking or anything. Oh, we got track and trap animals. So Hamon's got all the outdoor stuff. He just doesn't have tracking, but he's got track and trap animals. Dogs are animals, so maybe we can use him to help us out. We're going out there. So I'd say, let's go ahead and cut it here. It's a good stopping point. And then we can do this encounter and hopefully get the other guys in for the group after this encounter.
All right.
So
Yeah.
all right. Nick, thanks for showing up. And Catman, appreciate you coming into game. And Brandon, thank you very much for showing up. So for everyone listening, this is Psycho Squad Gaming Club. We will be back with further adventures of First Coin, and hopefully here pretty soon we can get another episode in of Burbs. We're kind of excited to see what happens to Chicago when you close a rift there. That's a heck of a story. So
A few soldiers are going to be, I'm transferred out here. Yeah, don't think I'm not glad.
yeah. So
Yeah,
cool.
but they're going to be coming out some demon hunting bastards. Like, we can kick some serious demon ass. We've been down it so damn long.
Yep. So stay tuned. We'll be back. So until then, keep rolling dice, keep altering reality on a regular basis, and we'll see you next time.